So join me every Tuesday at 7 p.m. right here on BeExposedRadio.com. Call me at 410-702-5657. You can text at 443-642-9403. And don't forget to be heard and vote in our weekly poll right on the website. Check it out.
Hi, I'm LeVar Burton, and I'm proud to be a book person. How do I choose a book? Sometimes it's the cover, sometimes it's the title. I guess I'm pretty visual. If a book's really impressing me and the writing is really good, I will peek and see what the last paragraph is, because the endings of books should rock you. I am a book person, and if you're a book person too, read to a child and spark a lifetime of ambition. Join me at bookpeopleunite.org, because reading is fundamental. A public service announcement brought to you by Reading is Fundamental, Library of Congress, and the Ad Council.
Last time on Talk Lately.
Government. I don't understand why. Look, me, and I haven't said anything either. This is my moment. Where this American Healthcare Act is. Oh, you all right? Ooh, a sneeze and a cough. How'd that work out? That sounds real difficult. Like, damn, sneezing is like you skipping a heartbeat. A cough is like you bringing up a lung. So it was like a sneeze and a cough. So you was dying twice. Because you was coughing, I was like, you okay? Achoo! What? How you fit that in there? So, now back to the American Healthcare Act, because you're going to need that to get the cough and the sneeze together.
Live every Tuesday at 7 p.m. only on BeExposedRadio.com.
Check out this flashback of the Artist Exchange Radio Show on BeExposedRadio.com.
How did you know that this is what you wanted to do as far as being a singer or entertainer?
It's always been in me. It's always been a part of who I am since a child. Since a child, I've always gotten karaoke boxes, and I've always learned this song and solos in school and all of those things. And I met my Reflections actually in high school, and we were singing and we were singing back then, choral music.
Douglas High School.
Yes, quick, come on through here. So
2 G's in a day pass.
Okay, 2 G's in a bus pass, baby. It used to be, of course. It was destined. I feel like it was destined. My whole family sings. Everyone in my circle sings. It's like I just couldn't get away from it. I'm always gonna sing.
Where did your personality come from? Are you always this crazy?
Yes.
It's crazy.
Right? I woke up like this.
Okay.
And went to sleep like it too.
Literally.
The Artist Exchange Radio Show every Friday 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. every Saturday 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. Real artist, real talk, real live on BeExposedRadio.com.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com, the home of Talk Lately with Monty, every Tuesday at 7 p.m.
Hey everybody, check out what you missed on the one and only Be Inspired Radio Show. Our topic tonight is Spirit of Thanksgiving. And I have in the studio with me my husband, Titus James. Woo!
Titus.
Hello.
Titus James. Titus.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
We good? All right. What's up, everybody? Man, Brother Mike with Black Bottom Man Radio Show. I am back. Hope y'all missed me, man. I miss being here. So I'm back, everybody. So welcome to the Black Bottom Man Radio Show, and we are here with my guest today. First up, we got my man, Mr. Kevin Little. Kev, how you doing, brother?
Pretty good, man. Can't complain.
Good to see you again, Kev.
Absolutely. Always a pleasure, Brother Mike.
Yes, sir. I appreciate
Thanks
you
for having me back, too.
No problem, brother. I love having you here. Good stuff. And then we got Miss Janice McCafferty. How you doing today, Miss Janice?
I'm doing very well.
You doing good?
Yes.
All
Thanks
right.
for having me back.
Yeah, no problem. Welcome to the Black Bottom Man Radio Show, man. So welcome to everybody that's tuning in. Again, I'm your host, Brother Mike. I wasn't here last week. We had my man Nate covering the show. So big up to Nate. I appreciate that, Nate. Thank you very much for covering the show. I was actually at another event trying to do some networking for the Black Bottom Man Radio Show. But today, I am back, and it feels good. So we're going to send out some invites so you guys can tune in. And then we're going to talk about what we got going on here today. So, the show before I didn't do the last show, right? We focused on Dr. Anderson's book, Black Labor, White Wealth. So he's got a section in there where he's got a way to develop strategies of empowerment for Black people, right? So he's got 9 strategies. So I went over strategy 1, which was leadership. It was a good conversation. So I'm not going to go over all the strategies because I want people to check his book out. But today what we're going to do is cover strategy 3. So we're going to go over strategy 3. And strategy 3 is wealth and group economics. So we're going to talk about wealth and group economics today, right?
Good topic. Yeah.
Right? That's something we don't get to talk about as a people, right?
Yep.
But before we get into it, I'm going to go ahead and address the elephant in the room, right? So let's talk about Mr. Trump. All right, let's address Trump and his shenanigans. I'll call it shenanigans. So on behalf of the Black by the Man radio show, this is what I want to say in regards to Trump. Prayers for Puerto Rico.
Indeed.
You know what I mean? Pray for Puerto Rico. They're really dealing with some things. It's a life and death situation.
Yes, it is.
You know, they are American citizens. They should not be getting treated different. You know, so we want to pray for Puerto Rico. Anything that anybody can do to help the island of Puerto Rico get their act together, you know what I mean, get back on their feet is greatly appreciated because they deserve better than what they are receiving. It's very unfortunate that we live in a country that brags about, you know, their patriotism.
Absolutely.
And, you know, and being concerned about people dropping on one knee, but they ain't concerned about people dying. You know, so that's what I have to say. You know what I mean? We wish well to everybody in Puerto Rico. And I want to take a moment to give recognition to someone. This man's name is Freddie Figures, and he is the owner of one of the nation's largest African-American cell phone companies and networks. Well, the island of Puerto Rico lost all of their telecommunications, lost all their power, right?
Yeah, totally destroyed, you know.
So here you got a brother who owns a communications company. He actually created a phone called the F1. So he sent over 500 free satellite phones to Puerto Rico with unlimited texting, unlimited calls, unlimited data. Now, see, we're going to be talking about group economics today.
That's amazing, yeah.
And that's a classic example of group economics. When we reposition ourselves through our money, when we have crisis, we can help our own selves out. We don't have to look at the people who may have played a part in putting you in that crisis and then saying, can you please help me? So I wanted to highlight him, you know, so that's about Mr. Freddie Figures. He's owner of one of the largest telecom companies in the world, and he stepped forward. You know what I mean? And he's sending something to Puerto Rico that's going to help them communicate with each other as well as communicate to the outside world. So big up to Mr. Freddie Figures. You can learn more about him at figures.com, FIGGERS.com. And find out exactly, you know, what this young man has done. And he is a young man.
Is he?
This man's 28 years old.
28, wow.
28 years old. He was a prodigy when he was a kid. So at 28 years old, he owns one of the largest telecommunication company in the world. And he happens to be a brother. So where my bell at? Where my
Most
bell?
definitely,
Let me
man.
bring my bell on that. All right, there we go. Ring the bell on that.
Definitely big up.
Yes,
yes. I worked with a lot of people who couldn't get in contact with their family.
With their family, right?
So the phone, it was definitely necessary.
Exactly.
I can imagine being, you know, the phone being a very big help.
That's right. Puerto Rican people are our brothers and sisters. You understand what I mean? Let alone the fact that they also are citizens of the United States of America. People tend to forget that Puerto Rico is a part of America.
Absolutely.
You know, this is not some island floating around somewhere that nobody knows about. So
there was a lot of people that was home there too. And
so these are American citizens. So I definitely want to take time out and say, please pray for Puerto Rico, and you know, and let's hope for the best and try to help them the best way we can. And that's pretty much what I have to say about the Trump situation, because Trump gets enough media press.
That's true.
Right? So he won't get none of that here. So Black by the Man radio show, we ain't talking about Trump. Leave the other major stations for that. We talking about people in need like Puerto Rico. So I just wanted to highlight that, brother. That's figures.com. Brother sent out phones, and that's what people need right now more than anything. All right, so we got that out the way, man. I just wanted to give that shout out and let the Puerto Rican people of that island know that we think about you. We understand your situation. You know, especially us as minorities, you know, we know help's not always there.
I just want to know how much did they mention Freddie Figures? Because this was the first I've heard about it.
To the best of my knowledge, they haven't mentioned him at all. They hadn't mentioned him at all. I happened to do a little research, right, to see what's going on with Puerto Rico. So when I saw that, I'm like, wow, what a wonderful piece of news about this whole Puerto Rican situation. And but yet it's not being mentioned anyway.
No publicity.
No publicity at all. You know, which just further shows this is why we need black media. This is why you need black media, because we need a media outlet that's going to discuss things that are relevant to us. You know? So we want to give time to Puerto Rico and everything that they dealing with out there. Because I think it's sad that the greatest nation in the world has to have the mayor of one of its states, you know, on television begging the United States of America to please help us. We're down here dying. That is so pathetic. I can't even give it no more press time, even discussing it.
It's not a good look for
because it's kind of upsetting when you think about it. Kind of sad.
Absolutely.
All right, so let's just keep it moving.
Yep.
So again, today we're going to talk about Dr. Claude Anderson's analysis with his strategies on how we can develop, you know, power within our people, right? So today's strategy is going to be wealth and group economics. Wealth and group economics, which happens to be one of my favorite topics, because the Puerto Rico thing is such a great example of when you practice group economics. You know, your own people can come to your rescue and help you out. So this ought to be an interesting topic. And I love everything about this. If you guys are not familiar with Dr. Claude Anderson, please check him out. You can find his books at powernomics.com. He also has them available on Amazon as well. He does recommend that you buy the books from him. He said he really doesn't get any money if you buy it from Amazon. So I try to encourage people to go to his website. But yeah, Dr. Claude Anderson, his book is Black Labor, White Wealth. Last episode actually showed a copy of the book. I actually forgot to bring a copy to show it again today, but you guys can, you know, look it up and check it out. So yeah, let's talk about some group economics. So with Dr. Anderson, if you do a little research on him, you'll find out that he's pretty much like one of the leads. We're trying to wake us up and give us some knowledge that we haven't, you know, really been given, you know, through the school curriculum, or even through some of our so-called black leaders. You know, it's just things that they're not discussing. So he's saying we got to get a grip on some of these areas and educate ourselves on what's going on in order for us to figure out how we're going to maneuver within this game. So I think with the Puerto Rico situation, it's a clear example of the help might not be there like you think when it's time for it to be there. You know, it just might not be there. So this is why we created Black by Demand. This is the whole essence behind Black by Demand. Black by Demand, blackbydemand.com, Black by Demand radio show, right? The whole essence is to get us to practice group economics so we can start spending money with our own businesses and empower these businesses, right?
Indeed.
So then when we have crisis, they can help us. You agree with that?
Most definitely.
Yeah, you know, so that's what it's all about. So I love talking about group economics. So we're going to get into his analysis.
Okay.
Go ahead, yeah.
Before we get into that, because I'm still trying to learn a little bit about Dr. Claude Anderson.
Yeah,
I mean,
talk to me.
He was one of the leaders who helped try to fight for reparations.
Dr. Anderson was he's the man who created the first affirmative action plan.
Oh, really?
Right? So he's the one who did that, right? Okay. And if you listen to him speak on that, he says something about that I never considered. He's like, listen, the affirmative action plan was written for descendants of slaves because of what we went through.
Indeed.
Right? So it was to help us get up on our feet and get treated fair because that had never happened. Right? But it was designed for black people. Let's just lay that out there. It was designed for black people because of the mistreatment that we were suffering from. Right?
Absolutely.
Well, because craftiness happens to be a specialty of the powers that be. Right? Once the affirmative action plan was created, the way they prevented black people from being the ones truly benefiting from it was they switched it from being black to minority.
Minority,
which
includes different, you know,
everybody,
cultures.
Right. Not that I have anything against any other race of people.
Right.
But now you include Asians, you include Mexicans.
People that wasn't even slaves.
People that weren't slaves, and that's the issue. You know what I mean? I love all these people, but you should not be able to come to this country and just immediately benefit from something that was put in place for us when it was put there for a reason because of what we went through. You didn't suffer what we went through. So why do you get to come here and get my benefits that was set aside for me? So he was the first one that kind of brought that to my attention and made me realize some of the trickery that's used within the system. He's got a PhD, you know, from Wayne University. He was part of the White House through the Jimmy Carter administration. Dr. Anderson's been around. You know what I mean? Dr. Anderson's been around. So he's the owner of the Harvest Institute. You guys ever get a chance, go online, check out the Harvest Institute on Facebook. It's Dr. Anderson's networking system for teaching us and helping us to learn things we need to learn. So yeah, I really love Dr. Anderson. He's right in line with Dr. Umar Johnson, Mr. Neely Fuller, you know what I mean? People like that, you know, like I feel like we got to get into listening to some of these elders because what's going to happen when they're no longer around?
Somebody got to take their place.
Somebody got to take their place.
And they got to be, you know, molded now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So,
right.
Yeah.
So, you know, I like to highlight him every chance that I get because I want people to, you know, really check him out, read his books, at least check out his videos. You can go on YouTube and check out Dr. Claude Anderson's videos, and just watching even one of his videos will give you insight on what this man is about. You know what I mean? How he gets down, and he's needed within our community because he's been a part of the system. He knows the ins and outs. He's got like a degree in psychology. Like, you know, Dr. Anderson is stacked.
Educated.
You know what I mean? He's very educated man, so I like to highlight.
Was that the guy, because I recall before Johnny Cochran passed from that mystery tumor in his head all of a sudden.
Yeah, the mystery aneurysm.
Right, you know what I mean? But it was a rumor within the black community that he was preparing a fight for, you know, reparations.
Yes.
So was he working with Johnny Cochran with that whole situation?
You know, I can't quote it as a fact, but I would. It seems it would have to be impossible because Johnny already had like filed the suit.
Oh, okay.
You
So he was already doing this.
Yeah, he was already.
So that
doing
probably
it.
was separate.
Yeah, and Dr. Anderson's a part of that suit that was filed with the Supreme Court for reparations for black people. And you know, and the thing is, it's such a sensitive subject that even black people get, you know, a little uncomfortable talking about reparations without having the understanding that everyone on this planet, let me say it again, everyone on this planet that has ever been suffered through slavery, enslavement, so forth and so on, whether it's Holocaust, whether it's a different type of slavery, they were given reparations.
Some kind of reparation.
That's right. People like to say to me, well, what about the Native Indians? What about them? They were given reparations.
They sure was.
Why do you think they own land? Why do you think they own casinos? Okay, we are the only people on the planet. The Jews were given reparations for what the Germans did to them. The Chinese were given reparations for what the Japanese
system, 5
did
years,
to
no
them. That's
taxes.
right. But when you say black people should have reparations, everybody's like, oh, it was so long ago.
Yes.
You guys need to get over it.
Like we want free money.
Right. But all these other races, this is how they got up on their feet as a people.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, they were given reparations for what they went through. So we was never given that. And Dr. Anderson, along with Johnny Cochran, are two people that I know of that were fighting hard to actually get this into court and, you know, start pursuing reparations. And I like what Dr. Anderson said. I seen him talking one time. And someone in the audience said, well, you know, you pushing hard for these reparations. They're not going to ever give it to us. And you know what Dr. Anderson said that blew my mind? He looked that man in the face and said, so what? He said, it's just the fact that you making them understand, that you're going to fight for it. He said, so what? You ain't never been given nothing, but you also ain't never fought for nothing. You understand what I mean? So at least they'll know that you are aware of the game and you willing to fight for it.
We're aware that y'all owe us something.
That's right.
40 acres and a mule, whatever
40 acres and a mule, bro.
Whatever that translates to in this day and age.
Yes.
So big, man.
Yeah, you know, and I loved it. He was like, so what? You know, so he's really good at breaking down how they have taken, you know, our struggle and minimized it by breaking it up into categories.
Absolutely.
You understand what I mean? You know, and like another category is, you know, like women's rights.
Women's rights.
Right. You know, and it's not that we have anything against women's rights, but he's trying to teach us that.
I remember that.
You know, you got black man and black woman, you know, fighting for the same thing. But then when you say, well, let's just do women's rights, see, now you done broke her off.
Right.
Now she's all focusing on the women's rights.
They get well taken care of.
Right. And I like that he makes you understand before you a woman, before you a Buddhist, before you any of that, you black. So you need to be fighting for what's right for black people. And then you can break it up into categories once you get your
Once you get your first thing rolling, like you say, no nothing against the LGBT community.
Nothing
But now
against them, right.
they took over the fight. Now
Right.
it's LGBT rights versus what the black people need.
Hey, right, instead of all
You know
of
what
us
I'm
just
saying?
being together for a consensus.
Absolutely.
See, so as y'all can see, this show's gonna be pretty good. So look, we're gonna go to commercial break. Black by the Man Radio Show. We'll be back in a minute. Yeah, it's gonna be good.
It is with great pleasure that I welcome you to today's graduation ceremony. Students, when you hear the reason or reasons for your absences throughout the years, please exit the auditorium without your high school diploma. Once you've exited, remove your cap and gown and proceed into the unknown. Too tired. Family trip. Part-time job. Helping around the house. Sick day. Starting the holidays early. Just because.
Starting in the 6th grade, students who miss 18 days or more of school in a year for any reason will fall behind and risk not graduating high school. How many days of school has your child missed this year? Absences add up. Keep track at boostattendance.org today. Brought to you by the U.S. Army and the Ad Council.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com, the home of Talk Lately with Monty, every Tuesday at 7 p.m.
50s, a late
so she's
40s,
getting
early
piped by her father.
50s. That's not uncommon. It's a lot of. I mean, I can give you examples like that.
But it's a good thing he's dead because she can actually move on. Like, you can't move
She
on.
can't, no.
If he was alive, if he was alive and she found out she was having sex with her father for 15 years, you can't move on from that. Somebody's got to die.
You can't. It's gonna be hard.
Somebody's got to die.
So wait, that means he didn't know either, though.
Immediately, so I can stop vomiting because I don't have nothing else left to vomit. All my insides,
But that
all
would
my
mean
skeleton.
he didn't know either. That's what would be the crazy
Well,
part.
he wouldn't. He still doesn't know because he's dead. How does that game go? Marry, screw, kill? How does that work when it's your dad? Oh my gosh, we talk about stuff like this and more every Tuesday at 7 p.m. on Talk Lately, the radio show. Only on BeExposedRadio.com and on YouTube live where you can see us.
It is with great pleasure that I welcome you to today's graduation ceremony. Students, when you hear the reason or reasons for your absences throughout the years, please exit the auditorium without your high school diploma. Once you've exited, remove your cap and gown and proceed into the unknown. Too tired. Family trip. Part-time job. Helping around the house. Sick day. Starting the holidays early. Just because.
Starting in the 6th grade, students who miss 18 days or more of school in a year for any reason will fall behind and risk not graduating high school. How many days of school has your child missed this year? Absences add up. Keep track at boostattendance.org today. Brought to you by the U.S. Army and the Ad Council.
Talk Lately is back on May 17th at 7 p.m. only on BeExposedRadio.com. Oh, okay, yeah. Also on YouTube. I know the rate is killing. Why would you see me recording? Oh my God. You a hard-headed hoe. Yo.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
Hey, what's up? This is Nate.
Talk Lately is back on May 17th at 7 p.m. only on BeExposedRadio.com. Oh, okay, yeah. Also on YouTube. I know the rate is killing. Why would you see me recording? Oh my God. You a hard-headed hoe. Yo.
Whoa. The moment my son saw a redwood tree
It's huge!
is the moment I knew that for him,
You can't even see the top of that thing!
even the sky has no limit.
There are some moments only the forest can inspire. Find yours at discovertheforest.org. Learn about forests near you and discover cool things to do when you go. Your moment is out there. Find it at discovertheforest.org.
Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
All right. Welcome back, everybody. It's your boy, Brother Mike, with the Black by the Man Radio Show. So in case you guys missed it, today's show is going to be out of Dr. Claude Anderson's book, Black Labor, White Wealth. And we're going to focus on his empowerment strategy. So today we're going to cover strategy 3, which happens to be wealth and group economics. So let's get into this a little bit. So let's talk about his analysis. In the book, his analysis, he breaks down, it's probably about 5 or 6 points where he's analyzing, what the current situation is. Okay, so I'm going to read the first one, right? So Dr. Anderson says, this is in regards to wealth and group economics. He says, besides correcting the classic problems surrounding the insufficient number of high failure black businesses, which is, lack of capital, management skills, experience, 2 other social factors impede the establishment and effective operation of black businesses in black communities. The first is the withholding of support by dominant society. So that would be white people. Right. So he's saying white people ain't into supporting black businesses. Right. But also the lack of support from black people. Which is probably the biggest. Lack of support of black people. So he's saying, you gotta have both. You gotta have both in order to get some type of success. He says it's difficult in many instances, or even impossible, of black businesses to survive when both whites and blacks are boycotting them. White society avoids doing business with blacks. However, blacks now boycott black businesses also as they pursue the integration dream. Absolutely. So Dr. Anderson's saying, part of building wealth is you have to develop a business, right? Yeah. That's a classic strategy. Actually, it is the actual strategy as an American. I don't know if y'all knew, but there's actually a pattern in place as an American to accumulate wealth, right? Yeah. So supposedly, this is it. You're supposed to, of course, get income, right? Eventually, you're supposed to buy a home. Yep. So you buy a home, you let the equity build up, capital, right? And then you borrow against the equity of your home, and then open a business. Okay. And then eventually get that business to a point where you don't have to work that job anymore. So that's the basic blueprint, for America to supposedly reach, like financial independence. But of course, we're not being taught that. Nah, not at all. We're not being taught that. So
a certain group of people are, and they know all about it. Even with the life insurances, that's a part of the whole ordeal too. They get the very expensive life insurances. So when your grandma or pops die, you get like $500,000, if not $1 million.
Instead of a fund me page.
Instead of the fund me page. You know what I'm saying? In the hood, Ray gets shot.
Go fund me. You start getting them phone calls like you trying to get this funeral money together, man. What you got?
That's a bad look, man.
That's not cool.
That's probably why a lot of black businesses close early anyway, because we're not following that pattern. A lot of times we go out and get the business first, and we don't have enough capital in the beginning. So.
Yeah, Dr. Anderson says that we've been sold the dream of integration.
And since we don't get the support of the dominance, so of course it's not helping us out. So we don't have capital.
Definitely not helping. I think as a people we need more platforms like this when we speak about group economics. Like because I'm affiliated with BlackByTheMan.com, right? I'm constantly pumping group economics because I want us to have an understanding, because I think that's the first breakdown that is just not taught. It's not coming from school. It's not coming from a parent. You know what I mean? It's not coming from anywhere other than if you decide as a person to do some studies in your free time.
Seek the knowledge yourself.
Right.
And a lot of times with group economics, a lot of people don't do it intentional. Like some people, like when you're out spending your money, like you go to the closest places that's around you.
True.
And we don't have a lot of black businesses in the community, so you run in the first store you see. A lot of it is not intentional that you're not supporting the black businesses.
They just simply are not going out their way to find them. And I get that, because that's a complaint with a lot of black consumers. They say, I would spend more money with black businesses, but I don't know where they're at.
Exactly.
And that's why, we created BlackByTheMan.com. So any business owners out there listening, we want you to place an ad for your business on BlackByTheMan.com so people can know about you, so they can find you. BlackByTheMan.com is going to be the one-stop shop for black business.
Yeah, because everybody don't know everybody. So word of mouth is not enough now.
That's true.
We need more than word of mouth.
Speaking of which, I remember you had said to me a couple weeks ago that you had a girlfriend who needed some tires.
Right.
Okay? And she wanted to find a black business that she could buy some tires from. And she couldn't find any.
Right. Yeah.
So she had no choice but to go to somebody else. Even though spirit-wise, she wanted to spend some money with our people.
Right.
Now, what was even more disturbing about that when she brought this to me is that I personally talked to at least 2 spots in Harford County that are black-owned shops that sell tires. Okay. And told them both to place ads on there, and they both said they were, and they didn't do it.
Neither one did.
Neither one of them did it. So you see the results, people. If your business ain't out there, you're not going to get the business of your people. Now, had one of them,
just
put an ad on there, that woman would have came to her and said, you know what? I went on blackbydemand.com. I found a guy right down in Joppatown. I'm going to go down there and see him. So there's a breakdown between what we're teaching and what people are actually receiving. Because they're not understanding the importance of it. Like, to me, Puerto Rico should be a classic example. Katrina is a classic example. Texas is a classic example. Do you not see at this point in the game that if we don't begin to take care of ourselves, when a crisis hits, it ain't gonna be sweet, man.
Right.
It ain't gonna be sweet.
That's
like,
deep,
it ain't gonna be sweet. And I love that Dr. Anderson is trying to teach us the way that you start preparing yourself to deal with those situations is by first participating in group economics and spend some of your money with a black business. We know you're not going to spend all your money. We're not telling you to spend all your money.
Right, just some of it.
Just some of it. Participate, get the word out, let these people know, where these businesses are at. So it's a breakdown going on where we just not quite understand it.
Right.
Dr. Anderson talks about it from his day. Now, this man is probably almost 80 years old. And he said, back in his day, they used to make the comment that, white ice is colder than black ice. So we're still kind of in that genre mindset.
And you know what? That's true, because I was going to touch bases. A lot of black folks don't prefer the black businesses. Right. Because they might feel like, you know what I'm saying, the black businesses are not up to par with the white business. You know what I'm saying?
Hold that thought, Kev.
Yeah,
Hold
no
that
doubt.
thought. We're going to go to commercial break, and when we get back, we're going to let Kev finish what you're talking about. We'll be right back. Yeah. I want you to speak on that, Kev. I want you.
Yeah, this the man that holds it down. Mr. Showtime, D the Boss. Check us out every Saturday, 5 to 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, only on BigExposedRadio.com.
So people that gravitate towards the simple fact that they just sit around and look at your comments and look at what you post on Facebook or social media, for that matter, and they see the videos and they see the the messages, and they quickly assume that it's about them. But people understand this, that there are 50 billion more people in this world other than your goddamn self. So it's not everybody is going to be talking about you. And I know a quite few people, and I said that to the person. I said, I just don't know you.
Right.
I know a lot of other people. I love music.
Hey everybody, this is your girl, the magical Anissa Maureen.
Listening to
Make sure you tune in to the
BigExposedRadio.com.
Charm City Direct Radio Show every Saturday.
What's up? This is Nate, the guest host of Black by Demand Radio Show. Mike is out of town today. He won't be here, so I'm standing in for him today. Welcome to the Black by Demand Radio Show, sponsored by BlackByDemand.com. It is a directory system where you can get online and promote and push your business. It's kind of like its own, I'll call it a directory. I'm not going to compare it to anything else. It's like a directory of black businesses where you can go to it and click, and you can actually easily go on there and put your own ad on this page. So blackbydemand.com. Please check out blackbydemand.com. Is a classified ads for businesses, items for sale, job postings, current events, and more. Like I said, Brother Mike won't be with us today, and I am stepping in. Today's show was focused on...
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
All right, we are back, everybody. Welcome back to the Black by the Man radio show, only at BeExposedRadio.com. And let me just make a statement, man. For the Be Exposed Radio family, I just want to say, man, I'm so proud to be a member of this family, man. And I thank y'all for allowing Brother Mike to get further out there and do what he do. Talk my ish, you know what I mean?
That's a good look, man.
You know, so Kev, before we went to break, brother, you was just about to get in and talk about that. So
I was going to, elaborate on the black folks. Like the sister was saying earlier, it's something that they want to shop black, but they can't find them. They don't know where they at. Then you got some that prefer, they purposely don't shop black because they feel like, you know what I'm saying? Maybe the quality of what we got is not good enough, or the prices is too high. Right. I mean, I've seen that several times where they felt like we shouldn't be charging that much for something because we a black business, So they'll, really go elsewhere to a white establishment or wherever and spend that money on the same product. I've seen that countless times.
Yes. Yeah, they definitely have conditioned us well. And I know that I've talked to people and said, like, do you spend with black businesses, right?
Yeah.
And it's often a challenge. Like, you see the gears turning
Most
in their head. Like, do I spend? And I get it. And that's the whole purpose with BlackByTheMan.com. I want it to be easier.
Right.
When you feel in that spirit, when you say, you know what, I'm gonna spend some money with a black business.
Most definitely.
You got to be able to find it. You know what I mean? I was so disappointed when she told me about her friend,
right?
You know what I mean? Wanting to buy tires, right? And I talked to several of these businesses. Like, I almost wanted to go down there and be like, bruh,
it's crazy.
You missed the sale, right?
Right. Because you been cheap. Either you been cheap or you don't believe in the black by the man,
right?
Which is crazy.
Which is crazy, right? I think as like a community, right, of businesses, because a lot of our businesses are smaller businesses.
That's true.
I don't think they quite understand the game of advertising.
Right.
Because I challenge people all the time, with me being from Harford County, right? I can't speak for Baltimore City.
Okay.
But I know in Harford County, I've asked people 1,000,000 times, when is the last time that you saw an advertisement for a black business in Harford County? And we got quite a few of them.
Right.
But when's the last time you seen an advertisement for it?
No commercial, no radio commercial. Yeah.
No nothing.
Yeah.
No nothing.
And there's a lot of businesses that's missing out.
Yes.
Because in the environment where I work, there are plenty of people asking me for certain businesses.
Right.
I can only give them what I know.
Right. That's true.
Yeah, and I think one of the stigmas, because one time I spoke with a business owner, and he felt like if he was going to put it on Black by Demand, it was isolating white people. And I'm like, no, bro.
That's stupid.
White people use Black by Demand. You know what I'm saying?
Are you serious?
That's the mindset that we have. We think that, well, I don't want my business to just be for black people.
And it won't be. You're just picking up another
another way of
group of people. Yeah.
Right.
And then you can advertise elsewhere for your white people if that's how you feel.
Right.
Then you got everybody coming together collectively.
Right. Put your business everywhere.
Yeah.
Put
Why
it
not?
everywhere.
You should want Chinese people, black people, white people.
Yes.
I don't want just black people if I got a business, because I know there's millions of other people out there that can bring me more money.
That's not business.
I want everybody.
Everybody go to Black by Demand.
Right.
Yeah. If you know me, you know I do.
Right.
I tell everybody.
So it's a challenge.
Most definitely.
It's a challenge trying to get them to understand the importance of spending.
That way of thinking is crazy. Man.
Yeah, and that's what I had a couple of them say, well, my color's green. I'm like, so is mine. And to be exact, it's the red, the black, the green.
Right.
But that ain't what we're talking about, right?
That's a good one right there.
So they don't get it. Like the more that we show that Black by Demand is our spot.
Yeah.
Other races are going to use it too.
Most definitely.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So when white people say, I want to find a Jamaican restaurant, or my son
and
is
there's many of them that do.
Find a black barber, they're going to go to Black.
You'll be surprised how many white folks want to support black businesses, man.
Yes, they act like they're going to lose white people because they put it on a black website, but they never consider, like, nobody white thinks they're going to lose black customers because they own a white website.
Because they you
know what I mean? Like, we the only ones that think that's silly, man.
Wow.
You know what I mean? So it's silliness to me, but again,
that's crazy.
I do my best to try to get it out there and educate. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day,
Sam Walton was thinking when he put up Walmart that we wasn't coming in the shop.
Right.
Yeah.
Like we the only ones that think we isolating somebody, but we not. We just trying to have a central spot where everybody can find you.
Yep.
You get what I'm
so
saying?
you can have that option and
Sure.
That's all.
Just so you know where it's at.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And you might be the only business like your kind in your area, so you're going to make out probably tenfold.
That's right.
You know?
We're talking about a nationwide website.
Yeah.
So you talking about people could be coming to your state from another
state.
And they want to find a business before they get there and know where they're going.
Absolutely.
And boom, they find you on blackbytheman.com. So so Dr. Anderson saying that's part of the biggest problem. It's bad enough that we don't have support from the other races, but we only have support from ourselves. And my personal opinion is other races tend to support you more when they see that you support yourself.
That's true.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because now they feel like they missing out on something. What is it that these black people love about BlackByTheMan.com? Let me go on there and see what's going on.
Yeah, look at Chinatown in New York. Everybody go to Chinatown.
Everybody.
Black, white, Hispanic, because it's popping.
Because it's popping.
You know?
Even though it's called Chinatown. Nobody's saying, well, that's not for me.
Most definitely.
But yet, with black people, if you put the word black on it, they feel like, man, I feel like you isolating other people.
Most definitely.
Nah, man. I feel like
Chinese people ain't thinking like that in Chinatown. They can care less.
Just be proud of who you are, man. It's kind of crazy. So look, I'll move on. So his second one, he says, the doctrine of unequal exchange continues to be an effective strategy with use to gain access to black wealth. Blacks annually transfer their disposable income into white communities and receive little more than consumer satisfaction in return. Blacks currently retain 5% of their total gross income, which is a low number.
Wow.
Right? We only keep 5% of our income. Of this 5%, approximately 3% is spent with non-black businesses, right? Who take it out of black neighborhoods. And only 2% remains with black merchants. So he says it's impossible for black communities to survive off of 2% of its annual income. Okay? So we're only spending 2% of our annual income with black businesses, not understanding that this is a major reason why we can't fix our community.
Exactly.
You understand what I mean?
Yeah.
Ms. Janice, what do you think about that?
I think a lot of times I still don't think it's intentional. I think some of it is still unintentional.
I'm with you on that, yeah.
And I think part of the reason for black businesses is they can't get in like a prime spot.
True.
Because it's the rent part.
It's expensive.
Too much money.
Right.
And they can't afford it.
Yeah.
So they have to take what they can afford.
Right.
And this is hurting them. This is hurting the black businesses. Because even when we're out in a certain spot shopping, like there's no black businesses there. Because if it was, I mean, we would be going in a lot more and spending that dollar there.
True.
Yeah.
We're not getting a lot of options.
You got a few now that that are starting as far as Baltimore City goes to get prime spots. Like it's one spot, Sharif's, if I'm saying that correctly. It's owned by Muslims, black Muslims.
Okay.
Great wraps. The food is excellent, and they're starting to pop up everywhere. One just popped up. It's called Sharif's. Very popular in Baltimore City, man. I think they got a food truck now. But they sell like wraps, nice platters. You know what I'm saying? Everything is almost kosher because Islam, they don't eat pork, so it's like clean eating. You know what I'm saying? Then I believe they got your fried chicken boxes too. But they're very popular. It's one in the Hopkins area. When I work there, you see white people flooding it. You know what I'm saying? Black folks, all kinds of folks, man. They're starting to grow, man, and that's a good sign that it's opportunities for black businesses, man.
Yes.
Yeah.
And even for the black businesses that don't have prime spots, then they're going to have to do a little bit more with advertising.
More advertising, like Black by the Man.
Advertise more to get it out here to black folks. Because
BlackByTheMan.com.
That's true. That's very true, man.
It's going to help.
There's no way around it.
Look,
Man.
I'll tell you a quick story I just had. I just went to a restaurant in Harford County. I'd never been there before. It's called Butler's. Butler's Restaurant, right?
Yeah.
So I want to shout out to Stacey Davis from Happy Grace. Stacey don't know that when she put that up, I didn't know anything about Butler's.
Yeah.
So a friend of mine posted it, and that's what caused me to go check it out.
Black
So shout out to Stacey Davis for putting up Butler's.
See? Word of mouth.
Word
of mouth is good.
Word of mouth, right? So I went down there and checked Butler's out because I saw her post it, right?
Yeah.
And it's a black-owned restaurant, great soul food.
Okay.
And when I was there, I got a chance to talk with the owner, right?
Yeah.
So the service ended up moving a little slow. The cook made a mistake on my order, right?
Okay.
So the owner came out and he talked to me, and I could see the anxiety in him, because the order kind of got a little messed up. It's my first time there, and he was expecting me to throw the towel in.
Right.
Don't worry about it, forget it, right? So after we got to talking, I explained to him, I understand mistakes happen.
Yeah.
You understand what I mean?
Nobody's perfect,
and I know what he's up against because we have a very low tolerance for our own businesses.
Yeah.
As soon as we make a mistake, we done with it. So with me being a first time customer,
zero.
Yeah, he was. I could see he was concerned. Like this dude might not come back again.
Yeah.
So it felt good for me to speak with him and let him know. No, bro, I understand.
Right.
Stuff happens.
Yeah.
You understand what I mean? Like if this was a white establishment, I wouldn't be in here.
Right.
Ready to act the fool. I'm not gonna act the fool in your establishment.
Exactly.
But patiently wait. I told him I ain't going nowhere but home. You know what I
Right.
mean? Take your time, get it straight. It was well worth the wait.
That's
Went home,
love.
the food was delicious.
Yeah, yeah.
But I enjoyed letting him know you are not dealing with a black customer
typical,
who's
you
going to
know.
hold this against you because it
Right.
was a mistake that happened in the kitchen.
Absolutely.
Restaurant's been open for 3 months. You understand what I mean? Like, give
Yeah.
people time.
Give people a chance.
Right, to master their game.
Especially if
Yeah.
the management is going to be apologetic.
Right,
in that
right. He
situation.
handled it the right way.
Right.
He handled it the right way. All I want to do is be a help.
Yeah.
I don't want to be no hindrance, you know what I mean, to anyone. Because at the end of the day, if you don't like service at any place, whether it's a black establishment or white establishment, you have the option of just leaving.
Right.
Now, I'm not standing here, you know, hollering and screaming and acting a fool and all that. So, yeah, it felt good to live by conviction.
Right.
Basically what I'm getting at. You know what I mean? I got
That's
to
what's
show
up,
him.
man. Yeah, yeah.
You know, I'm not one of them people. I'm
Might
not
gotta
gonna
check
have
that
a
spot
fit,
out, yeah.
You know, because he dropped, you know, a thigh and 2 thighs instead of a thigh and a breast.
Right. That's petty stuff, man.
Yeah, it's a Butler's restaurant, man, and I'm hoping they put an ad on Black by Demand so I can help get them out there a little further because the food was really, really good. Really, really good food.
Yeah, because I just found out about the Butler's restaurant just now.
Yes,
Yeah,
see
me
what
too.
I mean?
And I will
See
be
what I
checking
mean?
it out.
So, yeah,
you
so
know?
you know, hopefully this shout out, Ronald, if you're listening, man. You know what I mean? It was good meeting you, talking to you. He's the owner. And we're looking forward to getting you on blackbythemand.com.
Yeah.
And once we get him on there, I'm going to go to work for him. You know what I mean? I'm going to put
There
it
you
out
go.
there. I'm going to mention it all the time.
That's what it's all about.
You know, Brother Mike is doing his best to get a little social media presence.
Yeah.
I'm working on it. You know, so anything I can do to help, I'm going to do it.
Okay,
All
so
right.
so in that case, if anybody who want to know what Black by Demand is going to do for them once they place an ad,
Yes.
then you just told them.
Oh,
There you
very,
go.
very good.
There you go.
Exactly.
It's
You
worth
know,
it.
you put an ad on Black by Demand for your business. Brother Mike's going to go hard for you.
Yeah.
Brother Mike and this Mike is going to speak about your business.
You know, because that's the first question people always ask.
Yes,
What
yes,
you do for
yes.
me?
They want like instant results and just
Yeah.
come on, man.
You can imagine how many times I've gotten that.
Yeah, I can imagine,
I've
man.
had brothers straight up like, if I put an ad on there, well, what you gonna do for me?
Right.
And you know what I tell them? I'm glad you asked that question. Black by Demand.
Yeah.
What do we offer at Black by Demand? It's the same thing Google offers you.
Yeah.
So whatever
Advertisement.
Google gave you is what I'm gonna give you.
Yeah.
I'll just give you a blue one.
There you
Google
go.
gave you a red one. You know, and then they get it like,
Yeah, yeah.
okay, I feel like
Yeah, think
bro,
about it.
it's-
Don't
you
be-
paying $20 to place an ad. You know
Right.
what I mean? Like, I don't guarantee you nothing,
Yeah.
but you get the pleasure of knowing as a black business owner that you have an ad on
Yeah.
at least one black social website to help people find your businesses.
And you did give them a little more. Could you give them word of mouth?
I give them word of mouth.
Yeah.
I try to shoot a video in front of their store, let them talk about it.
Okay.
I do everything I can as a black person to use my platform to
Yeah.
help them.
I got you.
Because somebody helped me get here.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Most
So I do
definitely.
it like that. Okay, so Dr. Anderson says, by spending their income with non-black businesses, blacks deprive their communities of tax base for providing human services and jobs. In a capitalistic country, human work is valued in the terms of ownership and wealth. So blacks disempower themselves when they don't spend money with other blacks.
That's true.
How about that? How
Yeah.
about that? So
Yeah.
he's saying, listen, you taking the power away from yourself
Right.
by not spending anything with your people.
Yep.
And you're making everybody else more powerful than you, you know? And then they looking down on you. And then you're in a crisis and you need them to help you and they're not willing to help you.
Yeah. They're gonna move at their speed when they want to move and how
Right.
they want to move, if they move at all. You know what I mean?
Right.
You can't blame them.
No, you can't blame
We should
them
be
at
in
all.
position to help ourselves.
Yeah, you
and then
can't.
once they see that, like you said,
That's
they'll
right.
start helping us. You know?
If you want respect, that you know, other races, unfortunately, they want to see
Yep.
that you respect your own peoples. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like I've told people before, I'm very strong with my opinion on being pro-black because I know pro-black doesn't equal anti-anything.
Exactly.
And just because someone else wants to associate me being pro-black with being anti-white or anti-this,
Doesn't make it true.
well, you know what, Kev? It ain't
Yeah.
none of my business
Right.
what other people think about me.
There you go. I like that.
It ain't none of my
Yep.
business what somebody else think about
That's
me. You know what I
true.
mean? Brother Mike, I worry about Brother Mike, right?
Yep.
But what I've discovered in my journey is that when I deal with white people and, you know, people from other races, and then they see my perspective, they don't see it as being militant or anything like that. They see it as, here's the black man trying to.
You should be doing.
Trying to do
You know what
something
I
for his
mean?
team.
Yep.
I'm just playing for my team. But it's my own team members that look at me and say, "Man, you a ball hog."
Wow. Really?
Yeah, it's sad, bro. It's sad.
And from a woman's perspective, we don't have an issue with spending our money.
No, y'all don't.
Y'all spend it first before we do.
Spending our money either.
And we don't have a problem spending it in black businesses either.
That's true.
But we do have a problem with time. Like we're pushed for time. We're busy. We're very busy.
True.
So if you want us to spend our money at your business, you're gonna have to let us know where you are.
Right.
Because we're not about just being out here and just like, where was that place again? Like calling somebody on the phone, like, hello, where did you say such and such was again? Like, we need to know where you are. So
we do a lot of word of mouth.
If you want us to spend more money there, then you have to do more advertising. Like, we're going to need that from you.
As much advertising as possible.
Because
that's why I find it hard to believe.
We don't have a problem spending our money.
And not to cut you off, but that's why I find it so hard to believe when people hear about Black by Demand. Right. And they say things like, oh, what I'm gonna get out of it, or they worry about the $20, per month or whatever the fee is. It shouldn't matter. Any advertisement is better than none.
That's right.
You should want to look at Coca-Cola and the big $billion companies.
That's right.
They're where they at the top, and they'll still utilize any platform to advertise.
Millions.
Yeah, they're not beneath any platform.
No.
They'll put their sign on the bus stop.
Man,
they don't care.
everywhere.
Yeah, and that's how you got to think. That's why I don't understand these folks with barbershops and tire places that don't really get it.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Don't get it out.
Like, how you supposed to be that mega structure if you're not trying
if you're not supporting on a lower level, and that's why I love talking about this. Yeah. So look, we're gonna go to commercial break. I'm your boy, Brother Mike, with the Black by the Man Radio Show. This is Kevin Little.
Yes, sir.
This is Janice McCaffrey. We'll be back only at Be Exposed Radio. Stay tuned, folks.
Good show.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com, the home of Talk Lately with Monty, every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Monty from Talk Lately. I want y'all to sit back and listen to this flashback. We be tripping.
I mean, really, but I mean, he might have. I got him maybe jacking her up.
The kids said he did it.
But this is Floyd Mayweather punching her head repeatedly, and like she doesn't have like brain damage.
No, she didn't have brain damage. I don't think he was hitting her like that. Or he probably was like, say something else. Say something else.
That
he probably wasn't like tagging her.
Right.
He probably was just like, and the kids was like, Daddy.
Why do they have the accent? Why? Why do his kids have the accent?
I just pictured them looking like African. I didn't want to have to admit that. I don't know what they're going to do about my mouth, but just check out the show every Tuesday at 7 p.m. It's more of the same right here on BeExposedRadio.com.
Ladies, are you in need of the best quality hair extensions, a cute outfit, or that perfect pair of shades? Pink Ice Products can cover you from head to toe, from flawless weaves to apparel. Visit us online at pinkiceproducts.bigcartel.com. We're located at 3000 Old Alabama Road, 119-303, Alpharetta, Georgia. Or give us a call at 470-488-6484. Come on in and check out Pink Ice Products today.
Driving has a rhythm all its own. Don't wreck it with a text. Before you get behind the wheel, silence your phone. Or better yet, designate a texter. For more text-free driving tips, visit stoptextstoprex.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration.
Green light. Hey girl, school zone. I'm getting hungry. Car changing lanes. You want to meet me for pizza? Stop sign. Intersection clear. Yeah, street. Pizza sounds good. Ballin Street? Girlin Street!
It's hard to concentrate on two things at once, like texting and driving. Stop the text, stop the wrecks. How will you stop texting and driving? Tell us at stoptextstoprex.org. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
All right. We are back. I'm your boy, Brother Mike, the Black by the Man radio show. So if you have missed out, we're here talking about building wealth and group economics, according to Dr. Claude Anderson in his book, Black Labor, White Wealth. It's a really good book if you guys get a chance to check it out. I meant to bring it with me today to show you again. I showed it on the last show, so I do apologize for that. But check it out. It's called Black Labor, White Wealth by Dr. Claude Anderson. And he gives really, really good insight on what has happened with us up to this point as a people in this country as far as legally, the things that have been done behind the scenes legally that affects you in your everyday life that you didn't know affected you. So we're just going to keep it moving here. Okay, so he says business owners and investors have 5 times the net worth of employees. Blacks in general had a greater number of businesses per 1,000 persons at the turn of the century than they do have today. See, now that's a problem.
It is.
You know, like we had more businesses in the early 1900s than we do right now.
Right.
You know, so like, what do you think happened? I'll throw it to you, Kev. What do you think that broke that?
One example I can use is Black Wall Street. You know, I read that story not too long ago, and that's a prime example we can use because I believe that was back in the 1921. You know, and look how back then it was still people getting hung, so they were still able to develop some kind of independency financially in that era. You know what I mean? When it was extra hard.
Right.
And look what they established, man. If y'all look it up, the Black Wall Street, it was phenomenal. They had their own, they had their own bus company, own taxi companies, own banks, own hospitals. So that's a sign that it can be done, but I can say the government didn't like that. So you see what happened? They bombed the whole town, and they killed a lot of those black families, kids included, right? You know, and that was jealousy, of course, because they was thriving, right? You know, so it can be done, but I think that's probably a situation that deters the greatest potential of black businesses because maybe some people are a little afraid that
I think they are
that might happen again.
I think they are.
And then with recession, the more we go through recession, the harder it is to recover.
Yeah, recession. Well, let me tell you about a recession. Okay. A recession in the United States of America has never affected black people. Okay. You know why?
Because already struggling. Already struggling, man.
We've been in a recession for 400 years.
That's deep.
Like I remember being younger and hearing about times being bad in a recession.
Right.
Nothing ever changed in my life. Everything was the same.
Right. That's deep.
I think Dr. Anderson actually points this out. He does. I think a part of what happened is through integration, right? We lost our self-worthiness.
Yep.
You see, so when we wasn't able to go to white restaurants, use white bathrooms, water fountains and all that, it forced us to look within ourselves and do our own thing, right? And we did well at it. Yeah. Like Kev was saying, Black Wall Street is a classic example of black people practicing group economics. It was, you know, and it was also black Indians that were a part of Wall Street.
Yep.
Wall Street was actually, we'll use today's terms, it was actually African Americans, Seminole Indians, and for those who don't know what a Seminole Indian is, it's a black Indian. Okay? Right. So when you see teams in Florida, the Seminole, it's black Indians. That's what Seminole is, right?
That's definitely.
And then you had the native Indians who ain't really native, but
right. And that's
we're gonna use today's terms, right? You know, so Black Wall Street consisted of these 3 different types of people of color, and they understood that we have to fend for ourselves. Now, I think what happened was the white people who were still a part of the white supremacy infrastructure didn't think these black people could really make it.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? So they were just kind of.
They didn't expect them to be that.
Y'all go do your thing.
Kind of overlooked them like, whatever.
We got everything free from you for 400 years.
Then they realized, they're making money.
Sure. So then we started doing our thing, and to me, it was just logical thinking. Like if we was the ones doing all the labor for free,
right?
Well, we built everything, and then now we free. Yeah. What makes you think we ain't gonna survive? Like,
there you go. We don't. Yeah, we built tough.
We did all this.
That's
right?
true.
So I think through integration, we have become so anxious to be accepted. Right?
Yep.
And be a part of someone else's system.
Turn your back on your own people, kind of.
Once it happened,
all the time.
Everything just became about that.
That's
so
true.
Now your social status, and it's still like this to this very day, right?
Yeah.
It's based on
Very
how
much.
far you advance within them.
Yep.
I went to Hartford Community College, right?
Yeah.
Okay, well, that doesn't have the same status as somebody who says, well, I went to Yale.
Right.
I went to Harvard.
Not at all. Yeah.
You understand what I mean?
Yep.
Okay, so the more you get indoctrinated into their systems,
right,
the more black people see you as being successful.
Yep.
You know, like, oh, he went to Harvard. Now, I'm not
Superior.
knocking Harvard or any school.
Right.
But I'm just saying,
good schools,
we have to
but-
redefine our own levels of success.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I think we lost the love for ourselves and wanting us, us wanting to have something because we wanted to have what at that time was better.
Right.
So their restaurant was better.
Yeah.
So we didn't want to build our restaurant. It was, well, I want to go to this restaurant. And I think through that process, we lost grip of building ourselves as a community because we now just want to be a part of someone else's community and then try to rise within the ranks of their community. And unfortunately, they don't want you rising.
They really don't.
In the ranks of their community, you know what I mean? As far as white supremacy, I'm not just speaking on normal white people, you know what I mean? Because we don't have no problem, with white people. We have a problem with white supremacy and white supremacists because it's real. As much as it makes everybody uncomfortable, it's real. So let's see what else Dr. Anderson says in regards to that. Okay, so he says, compared to Asians, Hispanics, and white communities, black communities appear to be the only ones that are unregulated, uncontrolled by its own residents. For example, white communities have councils or boards that establish and enforce community construction and business standards. In Japan, most communities vote on whether or not to accept foreign business into their communities. In various ethnic communities in America, cultural barriers often establish standards and restrict business opportunities. In 1992, Cubans in Miami publicly told the Arab merchants that they could not establish their businesses in Cuban communities.
Yeah.
Okay? So they let the Arabs know, y'all not setting up shop here.
Right.
Now see, this hits home with me because this is what we are afraid to do.
Right.
See, black people think if you become that way, so you get somebody like Brother Mike that say, we shouldn't let these people set up in our neighborhoods.
Right.
I'm radical or whatever, right?
Right.
But they don't even understand that's what the Cubans do.
Oh yeah.
That's what the Asians do.
Yeah. Chinese.
That's what the Mexicans do.
Jewish.
That's what the Jewish do.
Try to go open something up past another Parkway in Park Heights.
Right,
You know
but
what
for
I'm
some
saying?
reason, if you try to get black people to understand that, they think you're being racist, you're being militant, or whatever. So it's a little bit disturbing. So I want to talk about this. So we're gonna go to commercial break again. We'll be back. Black by the Man Radio Show only at BeExposedRadio.com. Stay tuned, folks.
But a lot of black people.
I know the weight is killing you. Suspense is building. All this stuff in the news keeps happening, and I'm not even here to talk about it. But look, on May 17th at 7 p.m., Talk Lately with me, Marnie, is back. We can get into the gossip, all the entertainment news, the politics, everything. It's open to interpretation, but I'm going to put a spin on it with my flair of funny. And it all goes down right here on BeExposedRadio.com, and we on YouTube. So get ready. You should already be ready. You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com, the home of Talk Lately with Marnie, every Tuesday at 7 p.m.
Check out this snippet from the new season of Talk Lately with Marnie about Jennifer Holliday.
Anyway, let's get back to
Yeah, well, what I wanted to say is that I can understand 100% where Jennifer Holliday is coming from, and that's sort of kind of where my 20% came from. When I basically came out and said who I voted for, I received a lot of backlash. Even on my own talk show, which comes on every Monday from 5 to 7 p.m., I was called a coon. Okay, yeah, shout out for the plug. But yeah, someone actually, they told CJ Bernie that I was a coon, and that really hurt me. I've been called everything from a fat whatever and everything, but someone actually commented on his
See, I didn't
Facebook
even
Live
say that. That's kind
and
of
called me a coon. But it's like
coon?
I like you. It's crazy because I just feel like someone like Jennifer Holiday. I understand why she stepped down, but I'm kind of upset with her because I think she still should have performed. You know, if you're going to jump out there, then stand in your truth. Don't let no one stop you or change your mind about anything. And listen, no one put a gun to her head and made her sign on for that. But it just seems like,
just
you know, she was basically, she was bullied.
But see, the thing about it is they will put a gun to her head to not do it.
I don't think so.
Well, that's what the threat says. You got to say it's why it's called a threat. You don't know the hypotheticals in there that could happen to you.
Why do you think
she's not a well-known singer, so she's not going around with security. As soon as she goes to get her tracks at the mall,
right?
Pow!
Right, but at the same time,
now we got a whole bunch of dead cats.
Yeah, but like what she said in the footage, you know, today on The View was basically it's not white people who was threatened.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
All right, we are back. I'm your host, Brother Mike, Black by the Man Radio Show. Good afternoon to everyone who's tuning in. Greetings and salutations. Arigato. And what it do? So let's keep it moving here. We're talking about Dr. Claude Anderson, Wealth and Group Economics, from his perspective, his analysis. We're sitting here with Mr. Kevin Little and Ms. Janice McCafferty, and we in here chopping it up the way that we do. So for those who are with us in my audience, we want to hear from you guys as well. Feel free to text in or give us a call at 410-702-5657. That's 410-702-5657. Feel free to call in, give us your thoughts, any questions you might have, and we'll do our best to address it. All right, so let's keep it moving here. Let's see here. So, getting back to what we was talking about, what broke that spirit that we had of trying to build our own, right?
Yeah.
So this is what Dr. Anderson says. He says the civil rights movement succeeded in giving blacks a boost in togetherness and increasing their access to white power. But the movement produced horrific and unanticipated negative results as well. The integration process sapped the financial, intellectual, and political cohesiveness of black communities and organizations.
Yep.
The remaining black institutions, families, churches, and businesses have grown progressively weaker.
Yep.
The integration process tore apart previously united communities. As more successful and affluent blacks moved to the suburbs, the neighborhoods they left behind became more dysfunctional, disorganized, and leaderless. Racial integration is the enemy of unity because it requires integrating a group to be subsumed, weakened, and scattered as a minority in a society which the majority rules. Mobility patterns strongly suggest that blacks are the only non-white ethnic group that aspires to integrate with white society.
Right.
The second generation of European ethnics, Hispanics, and Asians have the option of assimilating and not integrating.
Exactly.
Let's talk about this.
They get their own section. You see it. We got Greek town, Chinese town.
Right.
Even the some Jamaicans got their own little thing going on.
Yes.
You name it, they got their own section.
Mm-hmm.
You got Little Italy down
Yes.
in Baltimore City, you know what I'm saying, down there by Moe's.
Absolute proof of group economics.
Yeah, that's proof that, and nobody looks at that as racist. Nobody look at that as radical.
Until we do it.
Until all of a sudden it's, hey, calm down.
Right, right.
You know
Like
what I'm
you
saying?
said, you got Chinatown,
Yeah.
you got
That's the okie doke.
Little Italy, you got Koreatown, you got Jewtown.
Yep, Jewtown.
Let's build Blacktown.
Yep.
Man, that's racist.
That's racist. You radical.
Yeah, that's racist. So
you hate white people.
Yeah, you hate white people now.
Yeah,
but
that's
nobody
what they try
does
to
that with China.
insinuate.
Yeah, it's such a Jedi mind trick.
It is.
Like they got us in the Jedi mind trick.
That's deep.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We feeling that something's racism that nobody else feels.
Nobody else feels. Yeah.
And not only do everyone else accept it, but we accept it when we see it with other people.
That's true.
So when we see another group of people, Asians, Mexicans, or whatever, they living in a house and there's 14 of them in there.
Oh yeah,
we see it.
We see it.
We even think it's funny.
Yeah.
Until
whole time they saving money.
Right.
Everybody in that paying $5 a piece for rent.
Until you go order Chinese food one day and 3 of them in there serving you your food.
Absolutely.
And they own the restaurant.
Yep.
Then all of a sudden you realize,
Wow.
I guess it really wasn't that funny. Yeah. No, it was group economics.
Group economics. Sticking together, you know.
Yeah, that's
sticking together.
The one thing we don't want to do.
We don't want to do it.
I agree.
And I will say it's a rhyme and a reason for it. It was psychological warfare that brought us to this point,
right,
where we can't come together.
I was
on
about
that
to
mental
ask,
level.
like, how did we get here?
Yeah,
like, how did we get to
it was
this?
psychological warfare. Well, you know, without going too deep down the rabbit hole, if you can try to imagine, success is validated through them, especially the further you go back. You get what I'm saying? So if you wanted to be treated a certain way and accepted within the society, you know, you had to conform to what majority of society was doing. And that's everything from putting conch in your hair to wearing zoot suits. You know what I'm saying?
The perms.
Perms.
Look at Malcolm X before he became Malcolm X. He was putting
that's right. And believing that success is by climbing their corporate ladder.
Right.
Which, by the way, they have a glass ceiling waiting on you when you get there. So when I hear Dr. Anderson speak about, you know, what the integration process has done to us, I think people immediately get a little uncomfortable because they think that he's saying we should never join white people.
Right.
And I don't think that's what he's saying.
No, that's not what he's saying.
I think what he's saying is, you know, like we forgot about us in the process.
Let's take care of us first.
Right.
Then we could join the white people with our own financial
not
independence.
integrate. Right.
Exactly.
See, you know, Asians and Mexicans and Jews, even Jamaicans, they assimilate into the society. So they hear it, but they still do their thing.
Right.
We didn't even want to do our thing no more. Like we wanted our thing to be their thing.
Right.
So whatever their thing
we
was,
want to work for them.
Yeah, we wanted it to be our thing.
The Chinese come in, they business partners off the top. We come in, we just labor.
Right.
So
and we're afraid now because of the social Jedi mind trick that they put on us. Right. We're almost afraid to say anything that deals with black people. So the average black person is scared to say that they're a part of something that's only for black people.
Yeah.
Well, a lot of them is afraid to say it because they work for their companies. They're working for their businesses. They're working for them. They're scared to say anything.
They're scared to say it.
They don't know what they
feel
can
like if they
can't
find
say.
out, they feel like they're going to look at that as hateful.
Valid point.
And that's true.
So let's talk about that. So that means that Massa still got his rules in place.
Got his rules.
Where you going to understand that if you working up in my company, you ain't going to be out here trying to help your people. You ain't going to be out here trying to be pro-black.
Yeah.
AKA Kaepernick. That's all that's going on with that
Prime
situation.
example.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, they look at it like, hey, you in the NFL, you making all this money. Boy, you know better than that.
Oh, man.
You better get back in line or ain't going to be no line.
Yeah. Like you hear him saying, oh, they should be grateful.
Sure.
Whoa. What do you mean grateful? Them guys worked hard to get where they at.
They're putting in that work.
They wasn't giving anything.
Millions so the owners can make billions.
Right. But what they mean is you should be grateful. You know what I'm saying? We let you motherfuckers free.
There you go.
To be able to. You know what I mean?
That's right. It's internet radio. We say what we want.
Because y'all can still be slaves, you know?
Yeah.
And you know, that's how I take it.
That is exactly what they're saying.
It,
yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Get back in line.
Yeah.
So you're right. That fear is in a lot of black people.
Yeah.
But when you really start learning how the system works, you don't have to have that fear. You actually will gain more respect.
Yeah.
You know, so like I said, you know, I stand tall. You know, it's the Black by the Man radio show for a reason.
Yeah.
And I knew that just attaching the word black to it, it was already going to make people uncomfortable.
Controversy off the top.
Controversy.
They scared to touch it, man.
They're scared to touch it.
You know?
But what would I be for those who know me? If you know who Brother Mike is, you know, what would I be without a little controversy?
Yeah.
You know, I got to shake things up. Don't y'all get it? This shit's boring. So I'm here to shake it up. You know what I mean?
Shake it up sometimes.
I'm shake it up, wake you up, make you want to look into something and see, you know, damn, can I play my part a little bit bigger? Yes, you can.
That's what it takes sometimes.
And again, you know, I hate to keep stressing it, but I'm sure it's just a part of my training. But if you're listening, this is not about having anything against white people.
Not
we
at all.
ain't got nothing against white people, but we do actively fight against white supremacy.
Yeah,
you know what
every
I mean?
day.
That's right.
Not just us. Every black person out
every
here,
day.
even
You know,
the
this is what we deal
millionaires.
with.
Yeah.
So we can't be afraid to address the elephant in the room.
Yep.
And you know, and Brother Mike ain't afraid to address that. And I appreciate y'all being here.
I appreciate
not being afraid
Yeah.
to have these conversations. Because you know, I got the type of radio show jokers are scared to come on. They like, hey, I don't know, Mike.
Right. I don't want to be associated.
Right, like I love talking to you in private, but I don't know about that radio.
I don't want the world to see.
Yeah, I don't want the world to know.
Yeah.
I gotta go to work tomorrow. Right. And you know, Mr. Charlie will pull you up.
Yeah.
Let me talk to you a minute, Kevin.
It's America, it's America, man.
Look,
freedom of speech.
Freedom of speech.
We're protected, believe it or not.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, you know what they say as far as America with the freedom of speech. America does have freedom of speech.
That's true,
right?
What they say on your own time.
Well,
it's our own time, right?
It's freedom of speech, right?
Yeah.
As long as you ain't saying no real shit.
No real shit.
Okay.
There you go. Yeah,
You get out here and get to saying some shit that they feel like it's gonna stir the bee's nest.
Right.
And people coming to talk to you.
They gonna come talk to you.
Coming to talk to you. So and they don't care what you say.
Right.
Until you have something to say.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Wow, that's
so
deep.
you feel where I'm coming from?
That's deep.
So
Yeah,
they
yeah.
listen.
Yeah, yeah.
And they listen to Brother Mike too. Trust me, they checking me out. But at this point, they're like, we'll let him go a little bit longer, see what he really knows.
See what he really,
You know?
At this point, they're not really concerned. Because
No,
they know
no.
that, we don't have enough support in the black
Exactly.
community.
Yeah. They know that.
They know I'm just, getting people to think a little bit. Yeah. But they put me on a platform with 2 million black people in front of me. That might be a little different.
Yeah. And this happening. You got people out here preaching the same thing that got bigger platforms, and it's getting out there, man.
It's getting out there.
Financial
So,
independency for your culture is not a bad thing to want.
No, it's not.
At all.
No, it's not. I just want better for my people, and I want us to wake up and understand the game that we in. You know what I mean? And in this game, right, you cannot just continue to operate on a level of I go to work, I pay my bills, I take care of my kids, I turn up.
That's getting old.
Okay, well,
It's
one day
getting
you're going to
very
wake up
old.
and be 65.
Yeah.
And now you're going to look back and realize, shit, I didn't put nothing in place for my children. I didn't educate them on how to function in this world. I'm trying to show the things that I've learned through the elders, through studying, right?
Yeah.
And pass it on to people who ain't gonna read that book that I read.
There are
You
a
don't
lot
have
of
to read the
elders-
book I read. I'm gonna tell you about it.
You're gonna tell
There's a lot of elders at 65 now, and they didn't put anything in place for themselves.
Right.
True.
They're in bad situations.
And that's true. That's why their kids in this bad situation. And their kids' kids.
Yes.
This is an end result of what we're seeing to this day, man. You know?
Yeah, so Dr. Anderson says we're gonna get into his first recommendations. Let me say that. So we're gonna get into his recommendations. So the first recommendation with the group economics and building wealth, as he says, to achieve self-sufficiency, blacks must master the principles of capitalism and group economics. Civil rights, social rights, and integration cannot produce wealth and power. Now, I love that statement. Wow. Because that is what we focus on: civil rights, social rights, and integration. And he's saying, but that doesn't produce wealth and power. Nobody else is working on that.
Not for us, it
You know what I mean? Like when you really think about it, you don't hear other groups talking about we out here fighting for minorities. That's not what they say. Native Indians say we fighting for Native Indians. Right?
They'll
Women
tell
say
you.
we fighting for women. Right? You know what I'm
LGBT,
saying?
they fighting for
They
LGBT.
fighting for LGBT,
Yup,
right?
Nobody else.
Black people. We fighting for civil
Everybody.
rights.
Yeah.
So the fuck is civil? I don't know what civil is. Get out of here, man.
Get civil ass out.
Who is that?
Yeah, right.
So, and again, that's what I want us to start, realizing.
Yeah.
So, we're in a capitalistic system.
Right.
So in order for us to function, we got to have some people educating us on exactly what a capitalistic system is and how it operates. So according to Dr. Anderson, you got to know about group economics.
Got to.
To survive in the capitalistic system, we have to start supporting each other. We have to be black by demand. You know what I'm saying?
a good plug,
We
man.
got to be black by demand. So I love what he's bringing forth. Okay, I'm going to read some of the comments here. So, Miss Lakeisha Love Dawn Askins. I want to shout out to Lakeisha from Sunset Soul Radio.
What's up, Keish?
Keisha gave me my first radio debut, and for that I am forever thankful. I fell in love with the whole concept of being on the radio, from being on Sunset Soul Radio, only on BeExposedRadio.com. So, Keisha, thank you very much. So she says sometimes it's about timing. You can talk till you blue in the face to a person who's not ready to hear.
Right.
That's very true.
That's very true. Yeah.
Very true. So I'm hoping
Timing is everything.
Time is everything, right? So I'm hoping with Black by Demand radio show that once people get the gist of what this is going to be all about, right?
Yeah.
Then the only people that tune in is the people who want to listen.
Exactly. Yeah.
Right.
So therefore, it's not a problem because
that's kind of the angle I'm going at.
Yeah,
And
change the station.
eventually, even some of the ones that don't want to listen will listen as well too.
Yeah, that's
Anything
true.
that's repetitive, eventually it gets its point across.
There you go.
Yeah, because you'd be surprised who's watching.
That's true. Yeah.
How many times did your mom tell you keep that room clean?
It's people
She didn't just say it one time and you did it.
Right.
I'm sure she said it 50 million times before it got through to you.
I agree.
Yeah, she definitely did. She definitely
You
did.
keep being
Gotta
repetitive.
keep
about
pounding it,
something.
pounding it, and pounding it into people's heads, man. You know, and eventually, you know, they'll wake up. One day, eventually, we all will wake up.
Yeah, well, you're going to get a wake-up call no matter what.
Right.
You know what I mean? We know what they call that amongst our people. You
Right.
know, it's the such and such wake-up call. Right? You do what that wake-up call. So, yeah, you will get it eventually, and that's the sad part. You know, like, you know, with my age group, you know, my parents were in the genre of when civil rights was popping.
Okay.
You know, they was already young adults. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, you got a little bit of that passed down. And I think, like, my generation was probably the last generation that was even mentioned.
Right.
Because when you control the media and what people are going to see, you see why there's a disconnect with the younger generation, because they don't even have recollection of what our people went through.
Right.
And the reason being is because those who were part of it control the media. So unless you're going to go out your way to research and see it, you understand what I mean? You won't know the reality of it. But me personally, with my son, I make him, you know, go back on YouTube and watch videos of us getting bit by dogs. You understand what I mean? And marching and so forth and so on, because it's Black history. It's you know, not only is it Black history, it's American history.
It is.
And I had a brother ask me that because he wanted to know why I had a problem with Black History Month. I said, well, come on, where do you want me to start at? You understand what I mean? The fact that it's the shortest month of the year. The fact that really, when it comes to America, Black history is not what they tell us Black history is. The stuff that they tell us is Black history in America, it's really not Black history. It's American history. You get what I'm saying? But when you are at fault, you can disconnect yourself by simply saying, no, that's their history. You see what I'm saying? So you disconnect yourself from being the perpetrator.
Man,
you
that's
know,
deep.
instead of saying it's American history. You know, you beating people, raping people, slavery and all that, that is American history. Ask anybody who's been here. It's American history, but they want it to be, you know, no, this is Black history. But it's not, it's American history.
And not only is it the shortest month, it's also right after that month is March Madness.
Right,
so you forget all about that.
Sure, it's all
straight
done by
into March
design.
Madness.
And madness is a good word.
Yeah.
So look, we're going to go to commercial break. We'll be right back by the Man Radio Show. Stay tuned, folks. And then I'll let you go ahead and chop it up, Karen.
Hey everybody, check out what you missed on the one and only Be Inspired Radio Show.
I'm just thankful this year I've dealt with, you know, some growing pains, and I've overcome some things, and I've also, you know, accomplished some things in the process. I've learned some things. Like I've learned that, I learned that everybody loves your work until they got to pay for it. That's what I learned. That's what I learned. I learned everybody loves what you do.
The pay?
I mean,
not always.
Listen, the Bible says money answereth all things.
Well,
okay, and there is a place. There is a place where finances is necessary. And when you got kids and when you got a wife and then you doing everything and you know you top dog at what you do, especially when you weren't in the same place you, like with this radio show, you ain't in the same place you were a year ago. Should nobody be coming on the show and not donating to your show?
Can you say that on my show?
Should nobody be coming to your show?
Can you say that in the middle of the live?
Make that a promo, please.
Should nobody come on this show without donating?
That is a nice commercial.
I don't care if it's $20.
Donate.
Tune in to Be Inspired every Wednesday live at 7 p.m. right here
You're
on Be
listening
Exposed
to
Radio.
BeExposedRadio.com.
Oh, we are live.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com, the home of Talk Lately with Monty, every Tuesday at 7 p.m.
You use Tearless Baby Shampoo because it's gentle on your baby's eyes. You make sure his toys don't have any sharp edges. You always test the bath water to make sure it's not too hot. You taught her what to do when the smoke alarm goes off. You make sure she wears a helmet when she rides her bicycle. You put on his sunscreen, even when he's embarrassed his friends will see. You do so much to keep your child safe. But are you using the right car seat for your child? Is your child facing the right way in the car seat? Is the seat too big or too small? How do you know when it's time to move your child into the next type of seat? Car crashes are a leading killer of children ages 1 to 13. Protect your child's future at every stage of life. For information on the right seat for your child, visit safercar.gov/the-right-seat. That's safercar.gov/the-right-seat.
A message from the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Why is Connor having trouble focusing in school?
Having trouble finding Connor's middle school? Would you like directions?
No, why is Connor having trouble focusing in school?
Finding lowest airfare to Istanbul.
No, I'm tired of fighting with him over homework.
Home, walk, restaurant. Need a review?
No, I need help. He's very smart, but his mind wanders. He's disorganized.
I think I understand.
Oh, good.
Finding best potatoes for French fries.
No!
Russet, fingerling, Yukon Gold.
Why don't you understand me?
Sorry, I was trying to show how Connor feels every day. Frustrating, isn't it? Redirecting to understood.org.
For the 1 in 5 kids with learning and attention issues, this is what life can feel like. Explore understood.org, a free online resource about learning and attention issues, designed to help your child thrive in school and in life. Understood.org, because understanding is everything.
Brought to you by understood.org and the Ad Council.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Black by the Man radio show. I'm your man, Brother Mike. So we are talking about wealth building and group economics according to Dr. Claude Anderson out of his book, Black Labor, White Wealth. So now we are into the recommendation portion of the show, his recommendations.
Okay.
So I'm going to go on to number 2 here. He says, integration of industries and businesses is a design that has the potential to create numerous individual but linked businesses, and therefore should become the basis for an economic development strategy. Vertically integrated businesses should be constructed around consumer products that blacks buy in a disproportionate number, or in areas where blacks are disproportionately represented in the production of the product. And in vertically integrated business structures, blacks will control the businesses required on each level of the overall business structures for manufacturing to retailing. All right, so let me break that down to what they call layman's terms, right? So people can get.
I was like, okay.
Right. Well, I might as well been on here like supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. You know what I'm saying? Hey, that was deep. That was definitely some pompous writing there, right? Yeah. But what he's basically saying is that we should be controlling the businesses that we fuel.
Okay.
So for me as a barber, right, the one that hits home for me is the beauty industry. Mm-hmm. You know, the black beauty industry is not run by black people. So Dr. Anderson's saying that's a mistake.
It is.
You understand what I mean? You have to, wherever you are the dominant customer, you need to run that.
Most definitely.
But of course, that's not the case. So that's what he's saying. I know another one that he has, it's a pet peeve of his, is the seafood industry, he said.
Yeah.
You know, I can't remember the exact numbers, but he was like, black people consume more seafood than any other race.
Wow.
But yet we don't own no seafood companies.
I think he said something about the leather too, right?
Leather?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, leather goods. Like
Right.
black people buy more leather goods.
Wow.
Shoes, coats, jackets, purses.
Yeah.
Purses.
We don't own any.
Purses. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Purses. Black women buy purses,
That's
right?
true.
So that's what he's saying. You know, that was just a more politically correct way to say it. But yeah, he's saying, we have to be the ones controlling the industries that we dominate. So like I said, for me, is the beauty industry. You know, I don't really care for the fact that Asians run my beauty industry. Yeah. I'm a barber, black people. We should be the ones capitalizing on this.
I agree.
So do you guys have any other ideals or areas of business that you feel like is dominated by black people but not owned by us?
That's one of the main ones.
Yeah, definitely the beauty industry,
with
right?
The fake hair that's being bought, and nothing against that whole.
Right.
But it's a very large. I think Chris Rock did an actual documentary on that, and he was in telling the actual what females spend a year on, the hair.
Right.
It was millions and millions of dollars of profit.
Astronomical
He was like,
numbers.
"Wow, this is crazy." And like you say, if we own some aspect of that, actually, now that I'm thinking, it was a black female the first black millionaire was a female from back in the day. She did own.
Yeah, Madam C.J. Walker.
There you go. She owned the hair. Yep. So, I mean, you know, like I said, we got more. It's crazy. We got more success from back in the day than we do now.
And you can see how she understood the importance of it. The straightening comb that she created was for us.
Exactly.
So she did not let another group of people come in and say, we're gonna take over this, or we're just gonna buy you out or whatever. And that's what I think is impressive. I haven't personally been to Miami, but Dr. Anderson uses Miami as an example all the time, because he's like, certain sections of Miami, it's just all Cuban.
Right.
And unless you can speak their language, like, you might not even be able to communicate with them.
Yep.
So he's saying, not only is that group economics, but keeping their language in place
is a
barrier.
Yep.
Now, language is a barrier, right? See, I'm one of the people, I was not against Ebonics, because I think what happened with Ebonics is other people convinced us that we should not hold on to it because it's not proper English. Well, I'm not a proper Englishman. You know what I'm saying? I'm a black man. I don't need to have proper English. I'm not a proper Englishman, right? But what people didn't understand is what they were really doing is they saw us creating a barrier. Language is a barrier. And they said, okay, they about to create a barrier called Ebonics.
That we can't understand.
If we let them master this, we're not going to be able to understand what they're talking about. We got to shut this down.
I never looked at it like that.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Wow.
Welcome to the Black by the Man radio show. You know what I mean? So, yeah, it's a barrier, right? Now, I'm going to give you proof that it's a barrier, right? You in line, it's you, it's white people, it's Mexican people, right?
Right.
The Mexican people start speaking Spanish. That shit don't bother black people.
It don't.
We don't have no problem with that, right?
Yeah.
White people, they'll get mad.
Right.
White people do not like when other races start speaking their native language. They don't. They'll start making little comments like, "This is America," you know? We speak English around here, right? And I used to always wonder, like, why do you get so upset?
Right.
Just because they're speaking their native tongue. But when I gain further knowledge, whether that white person knows it consciously or subconsciously, what they are offended about is that these Mexicans just put a barrier up.
Just put a barrier.
The language barrier.
Wow.
See, once you and I start talking in our native tongue, they don't understand what we're saying. Now you got to go back to it being a group of people that likes to be in control.
Right.
Well, the control just got lost.
Wow.
See? So now you're dealing with an angry white person because they over there speaking in Spanish, and then the black people sitting there like, what are they so mad about?
What's the big deal?
They put their barrier up. So that's what the Cubans did down in Miami. They kept their language, they kept their culture. That's a barrier to prevent you from being able to come in there and take over their neighborhood. Now, we as black people, we do have an Ebonic language.
We do.
I can get on here and say some stuff that only a select amount of people listening is going to understand what I'm saying. You understand what I'm saying? So that barrier is there. So I'm not against Ebonics, you know what I mean? Because if I can do anything that can prevent other people from listening to me while I try to communicate with someone who's of my race, I'm completely with that. Because at the end of the day, they're able to do it. If you don't believe that they're able to do it through their language, then read the goddamn Constitution. It's a bunch of shit in there that I don't understand. You understand what I mean? It's done by design.
Right.
You understand what I mean? And we are in there, but they got us listed as property.
Oh yeah, we property.
We property. Black people don't know that. So yes, I think the language is a barrier, and I think that's something we ought to look into ourselves. You know what I mean? Because we know that there are certain things about us, you know what I mean, that pertain to just us. Rather it's something as simple as spades. Or something a little more complex as disciplining our children. But it's a black thing. But look, before I let y'all roll on it, we got to go to the next commercial break. My man talking to me from the engineer booth. So we'll be back. Black by the Man radio station, only at BigExposedRadio.com. Yeah, so that's...
Man, it is what it is. Man, it is what it is. Well, it is what it is.
This fly T Miles, also known as Tyree Miles, and Mr. Miles the writer.
Hip Hop K, check us out every Friday on Be Exposed Radio at 9/11.
Coming to y'all soon.
Do yourself a favor and listen to this hilarious flashback on Charm City Direct Radio Show.
You know me. I eat like this all the time. Do I gain any weight? No, at all.
You can have my belly, right? I'm giving away body parts. Somebody said they need a butt. Somebody said they need a butt.
I can use a little extra tissue there.
I can pop it. right now.
He out here giving out butt cheek donations.
Hey everybody, it's your girl, the magical glow getter herself, Anissa Maureen, co-host of the Charm City Direct Radio Show. Catch me and the rest of my team every Saturday, 5 to 7 p.m. on BeExposedRadio.com.
Driving has a rhythm all its own. Don't wreck it with a text. Before you get behind the wheel, silence your phone. Or better yet, designate a texter. For more text-free driving tips, visit StopTextStopWrecks.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration.
Green light. Hey girl, school zone. I'm getting hungry. Car changing lanes. You want to meet me for pizza? Stop sign. Intersection clear. Yeah, street. Pizza sounds good. Ballin Street? Girlin Street!
It's hard to concentrate on two things at once, like texting and driving. Stop the text, stop the wrecks. How will you stop texting and driving? Tell us at StopTextStopWrecks.org. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
My name is Ruth Rusi. I'm a retired teacher. I'm 91 years old, and this is how I live United. I say retired, but not really. Once a week, I read books to children as part of United Way's education program. Reading to a child creates links between language and literacy. It creates a bond between grown-up and child. And believe it or not, it prepares them for a better academic future. Oh, we read about frogs and flies and pigs with wings, all sorts of juicy stuff. It's a joy to watch all those little faces. I figure I have the time and they have the need. And I've always believed that if we're not here to help each other, then what are we here for really? My name is Ruth Rusi. I help kids prepare to succeed in school. So I don't just wear the shirt, I live it.
Give, advocate, volunteer, Live United. Go to liveunited.org. Brought to you by United Way and the Ad Council.
My name is Meera Batra. I have been in this country 32 years, and this is how I live united. America has always been the land of promise, and in my community many families have come for a better life. Coming from another culture myself, I know the desire to become part of a community, to feel at home and to gain the tools for our children and families to succeed. So I advocate for these families with United Way. United Way empowers them to look beyond their histories and to see what opportunities are available. We help them get involved with their kids' schools, network within the community, and when we do, we unite them. We make the community stronger. What I do is something I wish someone had done for me, and I am so grateful I am able to. My name is Meera Batra. I help families see opportunities.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
You'll say same thing like, yo, I ain't thinking that. All right, word up. Word up, word up. All right, we back, everybody. Black by the Man Radio Show. It's your boy, Brother Mike. I'm just on her acting a little crazy, you know. But thanks for tuning in. Again, we still would like to hear from you guys. If you want to call in, 410-702-5657. That's 410-702-5657. I'm your host today, Brother Mike. So we're talking about wealth and group economics and how my man, Dr. Claude Anderson, gives his analysis on where we're at and what we need to do. So we're going to keep the gravy train moving. Okay, so he says vertical businesses within the black communities could reduce underemployment rates by hiring black people, enhancing their community's tax base, and increasing their group's wealth and disposable income. There's enough capital within black communities to support black businesses. Black businesses would not have to market themselves to blacks only. I'm going to say that again. Black businesses would not have to market themselves to blacks only. They simply need to have a solid base of black customers as well as a solid base of customers from other ethnic groups. Yeah. So when he says vertical businesses, that's what he's referring to. Businesses that we are supplying, you know, all the money towards. You get what I'm saying? So the seafood industry is another one. The beauty industry, for me in particular.
It's a big one.
Can you guys think of anything else?
The automobile, how we like Cadillacs, you know.
Cadillacs.
Lincolns.
Yeah. Cadillacs. Dr. Anderson mentions Cadillacs because he goes into like how long we've been riding Cadillac. Cadillacs go all the way back to Shaft.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I remember that
and
too.
even before that,
Yeah.
because that's what made him want to have it. So yeah, that's another good example. You know, like why are we not owning some Cadillac dealers, right?
Yep.
What about shoes?
Oh,
like
man.
men and women.
The Jordan.
The Jordans.
Definitely shoes.
Yeah, what about shoes, you know? So, like with women's shoes, and I'm not an expert on women's shoes,
Right.
right? But we got a young lady here today, so I'm sure you can help us out, Miss Janice. For women, it's about the brand, right?
Yes.
It's about the brand. Because, you know, like men kind of get into brand, but I don't think it's as deep as women. Because we kind of want comfort, too.
Right.
You understand what I mean? But women are
I
a little
don't know
more...
if it's not as deep as women. You might say it's not as deep.
I don't think it is, because y'all will actually hurt yourself to look cute in some shoes. We're not doing that. Yeah, exactly. You know, it's painful to be beautiful, right?
Okay, yeah, we're talking.
Yeah, so industries like that, that's what he's calling, you know, vertical businesses that move you up. You know, like we should not be the number one consumer for other people's businesses.
Right.
And then for our businesses, not only are we not the number one consumer, we're the least. The least of the consumer. So this is what he's calling vertical businesses.
Yeah.
You know, we got to get more businesses established, and you know, you get those businesses established, and then you got to market them so we know where they're at.
Yeah, because definitely, do we have black businesses selling these
I'm trying to reach
shoes
out
like
to
that?
them. Yeah, I'm trying to get them
I'm
on
sure it's one or two. It gotta
blackbytheman.com.
be, but probably not a plethora of.
Right. For anyone in the audience, you know, if you know business owners, blackbytheman.com is not a local business. It is a nationwide website. So any state that you're in, you can advertise and place an ad on blackbytheman.com so people can find your business.
Definitely women with them shoes. Definitely place an ad.
Yeah, place an ad. Because the other part of blackbytheman.com, let me mention, is it's not designed just to advertise for businesses. It's basically a black Craigslist. Like I tell our people, you know, Craig don't love you, we do. You know? So even if you just have items you want to sell or you want to post, you know, an opening for a job or a current event you got coming up, use blackbytheman.com. Let's get this to be the one-stop shop so we can have something that can help us move vertical.
Right.
You know?
Shoes, pocketbooks,
Yeah,
jewelry.
anything you want to sell, put it on there and sell it.
Furniture.
You
got that Hartford Mom Swipe website. My wife stay on that.
Yes, that's what I mean.
She's always buying something.
Yes, sir.
You know?
Yes, sir.
Yep.
Furniture, cars, anything that you would normally go to Craigslist and say, I'm going to put this up for sale.
Absolutely.
Or put it on Facebook or whatever. Put it on blackbytheman.com.
Yep.
And let's get this known. So he also moves on to talk about leadership here, right? So he says black leadership must find opportunities for black businesses to gain access to raw materials if the concept of vertical integration is to be viable. Since white established industries have control on most natural resources, blacks should focus their energies on black African or third world nations. Now that was very interesting when I read that, right?
Right.
Africa represents both another market for expansion and a new source of natural fuels for black businesses in America.
Yeah.
So I like that, you know, like now this to me is thinking on a larger scale.
Most definitely.
You know what I mean? Here's a man that's saying, listen, you want to try to get it where you at, but understand that dominant society controls all of that. So no matter how well you do, they can cap it off. They can limit it. But if we start establishing relationships with our people who are in Africa, you know what I mean, other parts of the
Cut
world.
out the middleman. Look at Frank Lucas.
Talk to me, brother.
Frank Lucas went directly to South Korea, right?
You know what I mean? You got to go there.
Same.
Cut that third man out.
Yeah, same mindset, man. I know that's two different things, but cut that middleman out.
Cut that middleman out. Now that is definitely something that I never even considered. You know what I mean? Like have your business be able to reach Africa and other third world countries.
Right.
Which you have might be in demand.
Right.
And you might be the first one that ever offered it to them.
Yep.
You get what I'm saying? You might.
Yep.
You might be the first one. So I'm like, wow, now that is thinking business on a high level. I mean, how cool would that be to have a business, right?
Yeah.
And you say, well, we get 13% of our revenue from right here in America. Well, how does your business survive? Well, we get 72% from Africa.
There you go.
Oh, That'd be beautiful, wouldn't it? You know what I mean? Like we got our product, out in the motherland. You know what I mean? Got them involved. Yeah. Yep. That's a beautiful thing. So with Black by Demand, I shouldn't even say nationwide. It's really worldwide.
International.
You know what I'm saying? So anybody in Africa, if you watching this program, blackbydemand.com wants to do business with you. We want to get that connected. Like we had a connection there before, so we want to regain that.
Yeah.
And it makes so much sense to me. I mean, if you think about it, like if you take, say, like a Chinese person that has a business here, right? Like they also got dealings in China.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like they're not disconnected from China.
Yep.
So he's saying we completely disconnected from our people. Like we run around saying we African Americans, but we don't have a connection to Africa even through business. And that's probably an easier connection than actually being able to fly over there and and be there. So I thought that was beautiful. That was something I never heard before. I mean, have y'all heard people speak like that?
Well, I've heard I've worked with Africans, and I can say a lot of them, not all of them, but a lot of them don't. They're not very fond of the black African American.
Yeah, they're not.
You know what I mean? They see us as lazy in a sense.
Yeah.
Even though it's not true for everybody.
Which is insulting.
It is because you know what? The way that guy broke it down to me, and I thought about it, I said, wow, most of the Africans I've met here, I met one guy, he was driving a cab, but he was about to graduate to be a doctor. Like, they in college, but they doing things, so they come here to take advantage of the American dream, which is understandable, But for us, he was like, well, y'all here, y'all ain't got to go through the sacrifice of traveling, y'all just sitting on your ass.
Right,
so, you know what I'm saying? It's crazy.
That last comment, sitting on your ass, that's interesting because I just was listening to Mr. Fuller yesterday, and he was basically speaking on that, and he was speaking on how when other people come to this country, even black people, right?
Yeah.
They don't want to be associated with the black Americans.
Exactly.
And he was saying part of that reason is because they already been sold an image of you.
Yep.
They already been told things about you.
That's true.
So when you bring people from other countries, they look at things different.
Yep.
They look at how does this country operate. So what they are told is within this country, the darker you are, the worse things are going to be for you.
Right.
So when you get over there, don't associate yourself with dark people. They're on the losing team.
Right.
You're here to take advantage of the American opportunity.
Right.
And they can't offer it to you.
Right. Unless they're a rapper or ball player.
Yeah. And
unless you're in the NBA and NFL, then they own
Yeah, like that's deep. So,
but,
here's Mr. Fuller educating me on this. And he's like, that's why they don't
real.
With you. They say, listen, I come here for opportunity. Can you offer me opportunity?
You offer me that?
And the answer is no. And the opportunity is through the white man. So
that's who I'ma hang with. That's who I'ma try to fit in with. And that's true. You see it.
Yeah.
You see the foreigners want to fit in so bad.
Like they get over here, right? It's like they lay out jerseys in front of them. Like here's Team Black, here's Team Asian, here's Team Mexican, right? But let me tell you the pecking order. This is the winning team. This is the losing team, right? Which jersey you want? Not that black one. So it's kind of sad that they got us packed that way.
Sad but true, man.
They saying we coming here for opportunity, and
I mean, it's sad, but it's definitely true. We're not even picking the black jersey.
Right.
Like,
we got black people. Yeah,
that's
we
why
here.
I got 4 of them. I ain't picking them. Got 4 of them.
Got 4 of those things.
Got 4 of them black jerseys. Yeah, that's interesting though, right? Because I did used to take offense to it when people would come over here. You know what I mean? They'd look at me a certain way.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Judging.
And I'm looking like, so wait a minute.
Really mean mugging. Like they don't really rock with you.
So you think you above me?
Yep.
Bro, you're not above me. You understand what I'm saying? Like these people got you all twisted up.
All twisted, man.
But I do understand, just as a businessman, right? I do understand the opportunity thing. Like, nobody wants to put themselves around people that they don't feel like.
As soon as they get here.
As soon as they get here.
Right.
Like they like, look, man, y'all got a black mark on you.
Yep.
I ain't coming over there and letting them put that mark on me.
Yep.
So they stand tall, like, hey, especially the Africans. Oh, you're African American? No. No, I'm not African American. I'm African.
Yep, African. They'll tell you.
Yeah, they'll tell you in a heartbeat. They don't want to be African American, so it's kind of sad. But I think that'll change as well when we begin, to do all.
And it's slowly changing now.
Right.
Talk to a few of them, they understand like that's wrong and it's not true. You know, so
Yeah, because even when you think about it, just on like we talking on it on an international level, right?
Yeah.
But even if you just look at it on a national level, with just black people still seeing other black people as not being a doorway for opportunity.
Right. Right.
You understand what I mean? So they ain't fooling with you. Like, bro, I'm trying to come up.
Yeah.
It's already
you ain't the way up.
Yeah, you ain't the way up. You know what I mean?
No offense, but hey.
Yeah, you know. So I play the devil's advocate here, and I kind of see you know both sides of it. But you know, brother like me, I'm a ride or die with you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We can come up together, but you know, it's sad, man. But I think us doing better for ourselves changes all that.
Most
you know what I mean?
definitely.
We got to get back to showing that we the powerhouse, and the first step is group economics, supporting black businesses. All right, so he says blacks should seek business relationships with various independent African countries, primarily in the terms of securing competitive control of resources for new vertical integrated businesses. Blacks could then start businesses based upon new valuable resources such as hardwood from Cameroon for a vertical chain of wood milling and furniture manufacturing, rubber for automobile tire companies, or diamonds or gold, jewelry, any type of industrial industry. So to me, he's showing you things that we kind of already knew, right?
Yeah.
Africa is the motherland.
Yep.
All natural resources that you could ever need in this world is in Africa. So he's basically saying, being that that's where we come from, and we all African people, why do all the other people have business communications with the Africans and African countries, and then we don't?
A large part of that is, you know, you got foreign countries there on the soil going there taking what they want.
Yeah.
And they pay these African villages to go to civil war with each other. They take the youngest males, put AK-47s in their hands, give them drugs,
right,
and send them to the neighboring village to just slaughter everybody.
Isn't that
so
crazy?
It's crazy, you know, and it's happening. And then meanwhile, they you know, digging for diamonds, paying nobody for the diamonds they just taking them. You know what I'm saying?
Blood
so yeah, man. So that's a lot of what's happening to the natural resources over there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Almost every country in the world is over there. Got their hand in the cookie jar.
Yeah, that's true. On one of the other shows, I actually explained how that was actually the beginning of
major
racism.
problem.
Yeah,
Exactly.
That was the race. So the word race and racism, the race was
The
after
race.
Pope
To get over
16, you know, told him, look, we need to get over there and basically, you know, I'm gonna go Ebonics, right?
Yeah.
We need to get over there and rob them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Straight
we
up.
need to rob the land. We need to rob them. All the gold and diamonds and everything's over there. So yeah, you
that's
know,
what's happening.
That's how
even to this
racism
day, it's still like it's literally happening, and that's a large probably part of why we can't connect with the guys over there.
Right.
You know.
No doubt, no doubt. So yeah, I would love to be able to open some doorways to establish, business with African countries. Unfortunately, my money ain't that long.
Yeah. Not yet.
But hopefully one day I could do something like that. That'd be great. I would love to see a picture of a brother in Africa from the motherland with a Black Body Man T-shirt on. That would make my day, man. So any of you Africans listening out there, man, you want a Black Body Man T-shirt? Holler at your boy, Brother Mike. Hit me up, Black Body Man, the number 4 letter U at Gmail. I will send you a T-shirt for free. Man, just don't wear it with flies on your face and shit. Look good when you wear it, bro. Don't do that. Don't do it. See, we got a sense of humor at the Black Body Man Radio Show.
Yes, indeed.
Sense of humor. So yeah, the wealth is only gonna come through group economics. I mean, he's on here saying some stuff, talking about getting wood from Cameroon. So evidently, Cameroon must be known for the wood.
Yep.
But look, looks like I gotta go to break again. So we're gonna talk about the wood situation when we get back. Black Body Man Radio Show, y'all. Stay tuned. Yeah, I wasn't.
Ladies, are you in need of the best quality hair extensions, a cute outfit, or that perfect pair of shades? Pink Ice Products can cover you from head to toe, from flawless weaves to apparel. Visit us online at pinkiceproducts.bigcartel.com. We're located at 3000 Old Alabama Road, 119-303, Alpharetta, Georgia. Or give us a call at 470-488-6484. Come on in and check out Pink Ice Products today.
Are you thinking about getting your GED diploma? Well, here at the GED Pep Talk Center, we've got a number of pep talks that can motivate you.
Sometimes things don't always turn out the way you want them to.
You know that feeling? People look at you and don't believe in you.
You want some gentle encouragement.
Then you're on your way to your GED diploma and a better life.
But I know they're probably just a little bit nervous.
You can find it in yourself to take that first step.
You can improve your future. You can do this. I know you can.
You need to start pushing yourself.
Now get your game face on and take the first step towards a better life. Hurry up. Don't make me repeat myself.
Whatever level of motivation you need to get your GED diploma, we've got a pep talk that's right for you. Call 1-877-38-YOUR-GED or visit yourged.org for your pep talk and find free GED classes in your area. GED is a registered trademark of the American Council on Education. Brought to you by Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
Hey everybody, this is your girl, the one and only Vic Cows. Check us out every Saturday from 5 to 7. Only on BeExposedRadio.com.
Whatever parents, they gotta have the best of everything. Or when you go to school, you gonna kill them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then you look and it's like, did you have it like that when you was in school? Nah, girl. My parents, I had to go to school with stuff, old tennis shoes and stuff like that. I ain't gonna let my kids go there, but a decent pair of tennis shoes, a decent slacks, whatever. I'm kind of glad that they did the uniforms.
Oh my God, they did the uniforms right while I was leaving.
They did the uniforms. It was like 2 years behind me right after I left from school. And I'm like, oh man, it saved a lot for our parents. It helped the parents.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
He's saying black municipal government should establish a trade policy between black communities and white suburbs. You back on? All right, everybody, welcome back to the Black by the Man radio show. I'm your boy, Brother Mike. So we're reaching the final segment of the show. We've been talking about building wealth and group economics, according to Dr. Claude Anderson. Excuse me. So on the last one here, he says black municipal governments should establish a trade policy between black communities and white suburbs. It is not fair trade for white suburbs to simply have ship products into black communities, but never purchase products
from black communities.
From products produced within those black communities.
Yep.
Fair trade policies and practices with white suburbs should go hand in hand with establishing vertical businesses and industries. A trade policy will become more important as the number of industries within the inner cities increases. Now, this is also one that hits heavy for me.
Right.
Again, I'll put it in layman's terms. He's saying, like as a community, we don't even pay attention and practice fair trade policies. Mm-hmm. We allow other races to sell all their products and services in our community, and they don't buy none of ours.
Right.
They don't buy any of ours.
Wow.
I mean, we can all think of examples of that. So, I mean, give me your thoughts on that, Kev.
Wow. I mean, that's deep,
That's deep, right?
I love it, because it's true. And in a sense, I could see that being the case.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? It's not fair for them to, trade, but take nothing or purchase nothing from us.
Right.
To benefit us financially, but they want to take, So
it's all
Well, in their thoughts too, they just, if they thinking about the money that you're already making, I mean, with the black people supporting the little that they are, they don't want to help in no way.
Exactly.
Like they don't want to contribute to it at all.
Right.
So that's why.
See, I fault us. You understand what I'm saying? I fault us because we had people in place that wanted to teach us this. Mm-hmm. You understand what I mean? And we didn't take to it.
Right.
So we the only ones that's on the sucker move.
Right.
That's a sucker move. To let somebody come, like anybody from the streets. Don't even let that happen. So you got black people in the streets doing illegal stuff.
Right.
But understand this concept.
Right.
You ain't coming to our block making money. Unless we making money.
Unless we can make money too.
Right. So that same concept applies in business.
Yeah.
We the only people that let anybody come to our
Asians,
our neighborhood.
Pakistanians, anybody can come open up a corner store or a shop, and we're going to shop there faithfully.
Shop there faithfully.
First day they open, we in there.
We in there.
You know
Not only are we letting them be there, we're going to make sure they have success. We're going to give them all our money. And nobody else does.
And we're going to call them mama.
Right,
Like, why you calling her mama?
Go in there and develop a rapport with them, the whole nine, not even understanding. They don't care nothing about you. Half of them don't even like you.
Don't even like
you. All they want is your money.
They're not giving $1 back.
No, they're not giving nothing back.
Nope.
So I applaud the Cubans for telling the Arabs in 1992, you're not setting up shop in our Cuban communities.
Right.
Like, what if we would have did that?
Wow.
You understand what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you can go to our community and damn near think it's an Arab community.
Yeah.
If you just go to the stores.
Go to the stores.
Right. You be like, I thought that was an Arab community. I stopped at 3 stores. And all of them for, were Arabs, right?
Yep.
But it's really a black community. So we the only persons that, allow that to happen. And then the name of the game, all they got to do is just come and,
and they don't see nothing wrong with it. Yeah, they don't see nothing wrong with it.
No, we don't see anything wrong with it. These are things that we need to wake up to.
Yep.
You know what I mean? We got to start taking control of our neighborhoods. And like he said, it's what they call, fair trade policy. Yep. Fair trade. I mean, it's self-explanatory. Fair trade. Fair. I trade with you, you trade with me.
Yeah, pretty much.
But they just trading with us.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yep.
They not allowing us to trade with them.
Trade with them, right.
Not making no money off them. So that's a pet peeve of mine. And I conduct myself a certain way. I'll just say it like that.
Right.
I try to avoid giving money to people that I feel ain't worthy of my money.
Right.
Unfortunately, we've put ourselves in a position where it's impossible for us not to give. Money.
That's true.
to certain, groups, certain people, and the thing with the people that's in our communities who don't even treat us good, right?
Right.
They don't even understand. Like, we are very, simple-minded people when it comes to certain things, and I don't mean that as an insult to us.
Okay.
What I mean is simple in the essence of the average black person. If you treat them fair, they treat you fair.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
Yep.
So we don't never come off trying to be tough or whatever.
Right.
But we just happen to be the lions if you prick us. And then
right.
you're gonna wake the sleeping giant, and then
Yeah.
we're gonna do something. But the point I'm making is we don't have a problem spending money as long as people are treating us fair.
Right.
So it's not a thing of we
Yep.
just walking around like we ain't giving them the money. No,
Right.
we just want to be treated
fair. Yeah.
But with the knowledge we gaining, we also don't want you being the only one in our neighborhood making money.
That's true.
We should be the ones making money in our neighborhood, just like the Cubans.
Yep.
And just like the white suburbs.
Yep.
We should be having meetings,
Yep.
councils, and deciding if we're going to let these people open up shop in our neighborhood.
We should at least be the ones making the most money in our neighborhoods.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean,
Partnership.
At minimum.
Partnership. A large part of that, real quick, is because of the loan factor. That's why I say that's what racism is. They control who gets the loan and who don't get the loan.
Very true.
Now, a lot of that has to do with bad credit.
Exactly.
So that's why credit is very important. And as kids, as teenagers,
Yeah.
they should give credit classes in schools.
They should.
At a very young age.
But of course, they're not.
Of course
because
not.
They don't want you having that knowledge. So that goes back to being up to us to start having either platforms like this or conversations with our children.
Yep.
Like, I just feel like that, it's so much going on now that even for the black people or the white people or any other race that did not want to face the reality of what it's like to be black in America,
Right.
they can't hide from it no more.
Yep.
Now everybody's seeing it
Everybody's seeing it.
firsthand. So,
Yep.
we weren't lying the whole time.
Yep. Making stuff up.
Right, making stuff up. So I think the way that we combat systematic racism and white supremacy is by educating ourselves on what it is and how they got it in place. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like we got to troubleshoot
Right.
the situation.
Troubleshoot
We got to
man.
troubleshoot it,
Yeah.
right? So I'm trying to help troubleshoot it so we can, find out some solutions to it. And our money, in my opinion, in my honest opinion, our money is our biggest tool.
Most definitely.
Because that's what they care about more than anything.
Yep.
People will listen to you if they can no longer live the lifestyle that you've been providing them with.
Right.
They'll listen to you.
That's true.
Any closing remarks, Miss Denise? Go to blackbodyman.com.
That's my closing remarks.
Closing remarks. Well, I thank you for sitting there with us today. We always like to have that nice touch from a black female, a black woman, so we appreciate it.
Happy birthday. Happy birthday, baby Kay.
Okay, yeah, happy birthday, Kayla. Shout out to Kayla's 16th birthday. Happy birthday to you, Kayla.
Happy birthday, Kayla.
Yep.
Kev, any closing remarks?
Well, just want to say, man, it was a great show. It was a great topic. Very important, very
Did we educate a little
relevant. I got educated, you know what I'm saying? Hey, man, you got to learn something new every day.
Yes, sir.
Like I said, group economics, you know what I'm saying, is very important. In the black community, we got to step up.
We got to step up.
Get that financial independence. So
I appreciate you coming, Kevin.
Yep.
Always
anytime,
a pleasure,
man.
You
Always
know,
a
you know
pleasure.
you're going to be back.
Absolutely.
You'll see more of Kevin as well as Miss Janice.
I always get educated on Black Lives Demand Radio at BeExposedRadio.com.
Be exposed.
Ladies, are you in need of the best quality hair extensions, a cute outfit, or that perfect pair of shades? Pink Ice products can cover you from head to toe, from flawless weaves to apparel. Visit us online at pinkiceproducts.bigcartel.com. We're located at 3000 Old Alabama Road, 119-303, Alpharetta, Georgia. Or give us a call at 470-488-6484. Come on in and check out Pink Ice products today.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com, the home of Talk Lately with Monty, every Tuesday at 7 p.m.
Are you thinking about getting your GED diploma? Well, here at the GED Pep Talk Center, we've got a number of pep talks that can motivate you.
Sometimes things don't always turn out the way you want them to.
You know that feeling? People look at you and don't believe in you.
You want some gentle encouragement.
Then you're on your way to your GED diploma and a better life.
But I know they're probably just a little bit nervous. You can find it in yourself to take that first step.
You can improve your future. You can do this. I know you can.
You need to start pushing yourself.
Now get your game face on and take the first step towards a better life. Hurry up! Don't make me repeat myself.
Whatever level of motivation you need to get your GED diploma, we've got a pep talk that's right for you. Call 1-877-38-YOUR-GED or visit yourged.org for your pep talk and find free GED classes in your area. GED is a registered trademark of the American Council on Education. Brought to you by Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
Jacqueline.
Yes, Mom?
I wanted to talk to you about something and... Oh, wait. Hold on. I just got a text. Oh, there's another one. Wow. Busy me. So anyway...
Oh, wait, Mom. I just got a message. My friends keep commenting on my comment.